Hey, everybody. Thank you for waiting. Sorry we're late, as usual. I mean, I don't know what you expected, why we wouldn't be late. It's
Why?
Edie
Why?
and Nick.
Why?
Oh, hold on a second. The cat just turned off your mic.
He's trying to silence me. Censorship.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry we're late. We had a lot to talk about. And as you can hear, I am sick. I'm much better than I was. Um, the uh we were actually just chatting about places that we discovered this week and what else? Oh, things that Nick needs to buy and his.
Mm-hmm. Because as you can see, I am actually well lit for
I
once.
know Nick got a ring light just in time for me to like I am seriously in a crisis right now because not to get too complicated into it because I could go into very complex parts of it. I need a new Mac. It's just the old one just isn't gonna make it anymore. It's like 9 years old. Uh, it was all holding together until the soundboard failed, till it broke. When that broke, I realized I need to buy more equipment, and the Mac has just never recovered from me messing with it and doing bad things to it.
By changing the settings one time.
Well, what was it? No, I forgot how it precipitated. It was a long story, but it ended up with me hosing my hard drive and having to
Oh,
reinstall everything.
okay. Okay, maybe not. Wait, how do you when you say hose, do you mean like take it out in the backyard and hose it down with
It
water?
was the digital equivalent of that. Yes,
Okay.
I did that thing that Kevin used to warn me not to do. Is don't be impatient with your Mac restarting.
Oh, I was gonna say, you went to some of those websites and you clicked yes on all the pop-ups?
No, worse. You know that thing where it always says, "Don't power off your computer when you
Oh,
see this symbol?"
yeah. You
There's a
power.
reason for that. They really mean it. They really, really mean it. So, I don't know if you remember, my computer was, like, broken for, like a month and a half.
I remember the time period. I don't remember why though.
Yeah, no, it was because I did something stupid, and then I did something really, really stupid, and it essentially broke everything. And my no matter despite my best efforts, nothing has really succeeded in fixing it. So I know I need to get a new one. So I'm at that point where I I know I've decided I want to get a Mac Mini, Mac
Mm.
Mini Pro M2. Um, the more I look at it, the more I realize it's the right thing to do. I can price it to about $2,000 to
Oh,
get what I want, and I have to kind of get some angles into, like, buying some third-party stuff and, to get myself, like, a terabyte of hard drive plus 16 gigs of RAM, which is not really a lot, but it's enough because of the M2 chip. It's just enough to get me there, plus, like, a 'cause the what really was the death knell was the soundboard dying. When the soundboard died, and I had no choice, I have to get a new interface. So, gonna have to buy a new interface because I'm sitting here on this headset looking at, a complete studio microphone that I cannot use, and it's just stupid. So, anyway, I'm struggling with that because, 1, it's the end of the year. Normally, wouldn't have a problem. 1, it's the end of the year. 2, I've got the same time that I was finger hovering over buy, I got a notification from fortunately, I asked my accountant, who said
mm.
that, I have underheld my, um, under withheld taxes this year. Because remember, this is the first year with the new job that pays more than double what I was making last year.
So
Uh,
under
under
okay,
withheld,
under
but
withheld means you owe more.
I owe, yeah, somewhere in the
Oh.
realm of like $9,000
Oh,
total.
Jesus! I don't think I've ever paid that much in taxes in my life.
But
Okay.
he's like, but good news. Remember, you have that $7,400 tax break from paying from
Oh, the car.
the Tesla. And I'm like, yeah, but I think I was using the wrong calculation to see if I'm even eligible for it. So I'm afraid of that. I have the money. It's not a problem. Fortunately, I thought ahead, and I always have a good cushion for
Mhm.
shit like this.
So wait, does that mean you don't get the credit on the Tesla?
No, I
'Cause
will
I
get the credit on the Tesla, but now I don't owe
okay.
9 I don't owe 9,000, I owe like 2,000.
Yeah, which is significantly better.
Yes,
But
yes.
I was like,
If I get it, I don't trust it until I get it.
because I remember that credit was like why you went out and bought it that week. Because it's like this is the last week I can get
Right,
this.
and I have to do it this year because this is the last year that I'm gonna be considered married filing jointly.
Mm.
The thing is that I found out afterwards that I am not eligible for married filing jointly.
Oh.
That only works if you have kids.
Hmm.
So I'm married filing single. I'm not married filing, I'm filing single, which means that I'm actually might be making too much money to be qualified for that $7,400.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know. So I'm making no moves, but I'm like, I could do
Well,
it.
this is what you pay the accountant for. He finds you a way to do this shit.
Yeah, you'd think so. You know, if there's blood, there's some things are possible, some things are not. Anyway, you didn't talk about you didn't want to be here to listen about tax tips for widowed women. But how are you? How was things this week? Did you do anything interesting?
Things are very good. I did do something interesting. I bought a TV. I there
Did you
was
buy a giant TV, a giant Sonic the Hedgehog in a one bedroom, 10-foot room?
I would have liked
Big?
to get it big, but instead I just went up one level with from 55 inches to
Oh,
65
this
because
this sounds
because
like a Rachel influence speaking good things to
part
you,
of
telling
part of
you the
it
right thing.
is part of it is, and also we need room to expand. Because look, man, those 8K TVs are right around the corner. And in another 5 years, I'm gonna need a reason to upgrade. But I was watching, I had like two TVs in my Amazon cart that I just kind of
Mhm,
checked back daily to see what the prices were starting in November.
mhm,
And I found one that would be on sale used, uh, like new in box, but completely the box is open, but other than that, it's completely new
mhm.
for like a crazy good price considering what the TV was.
Right.
And I had previously made a couple other big purchases, which meant that using an Amazon credit card, so I had a whole lot of Amazon points. And so a $1,400 TV ended up no, like a with taxes and everything, about $1,500 TV went down to 700.
Oh, yeah.
So I got about half off with the Amazon points.
You gotta do that. Gotta do
The
that.
only tricky part is that uh Monday is me and Rachel's anniversary. So
Oh.
I didn't want a TV to come on that day and we'd have to spend our anniversary. Okay, how do we drag this through the elevator? Let's push it up. So I ordered it specifically to come on Tuesday. The tricky part is that we're leaving Tuesday for Florida for Thanksgiving.
So you're just gonna bring it into the house and just leave it there?
That's the plan. And hopefully it comes before 10 o'clock because we have an 11 p.m. red eye flight out to Florida, which to me feels like that's plenty of time for the TV to get here.
Man, that's
But it's a little close.
I mean, I'll talk to you about like a possible solution, but I might be able to help you if you need me to come over to your place and wait
Okay.
for
I
your
mean,
TV to arrive. I can do that.
like, really, the solution is the lady that we asked to cat sit. We'll probably just ask her to drag the TV in because she'll have a key.
Yeah, if
And
she
and
needs
I
some help,
can
give her my number.
okay. And like I'll totally like pay her extra for this because
Yeah,
that's a little
or give her,
outside.
get a lugger to come up and just drag it upstairs for her. It's cost like, $50.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, I got like an LG C3 OLED TV, which is like one of the top end line. I
mhm.
previously heard good things about the C2 OLED, but the used discount made for the C3 that I found was cheaper than the C2,
Oh, wow.
and I've
What's how many inches?
65.
Okay.
And so I'm curious to see uh like can I notice the difference? Because I've got a 4K TV, but it's also
Wow,
kind of
this is a great deal. Holy crap.
yeah, that's good. I got it for less than that.
Wow. And its OLEDs are so
And
nice.
that's the thing. Like I've got a 4K TV, but it's
So
also
beautiful.
kind of a low end cheap 4K TV. And so I'm
Yeah.
curious to see like okay, will I notice the difference?
You're gonna notice the difference. No
Because
question.
this TV also apparently has a whole bunch of like variable refresh rate settings specifically for gaming. I don't quite know what that is, but I feel like next week or no, probably the week after, all this I'll become one of those like digital foundry. Oh yeah, I can see the screen tearing here. The frame rate drops, 2 frames.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to playing with my new toy when we get back from Florida.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, we've got people in the chat room. We got AC Wraith, of course. Thank you so much for coming back, AC Wraith. Who else is here? I see more than one person here, but
Yeah, he's the only one that said
only AC
hi.
Wraith is talking. Anybody else in there want to say hi?
Say hi.
Um, Also, if you're watching, if you haven't hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe. If not subscribe, at least like it. Just
Smash that.
give it a little love.
Oh, where's the like subscribe button would be about right there. But where would the
No,
like
I think
button
the
be?
subscribe button would be right about there.
No, it's like closer to the left side.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the like button's over here, right
Oh
about
yeah,
here?
the thumbs up button would be about like right over there,
Yeah, do that
I think.
right now. Bam! So easy. Um, what'd you play this week?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
Played more of that. I went into the Shadowlands for the first time. The
okay,
the the
good.
mountain pass. Which I didn't realize the Githyanki Crush area is its own area. That's not like the mountain pass. Once you
No,
get
no, the
into the
mountain pass
mountain
gets
pass,
to the Githyanki Crush.
yeah. And then once you get to the actual like mountain pass, it's this very creepy place where you need light
Oh,
around you at all times. Because if you get outside the dome of light, you suffer. Excuse me, you don't get damage, but you suffer from some sort of
curse.
yeah, a curse, and it gets removed as soon as you enter the light. So it's important to even with a character with dark vision. I realized, oh, it's a good thing I had this ability called dancing lights, where you
Right.
just create a light source. Never needed it because the
Yes.
character has dark vision. This actually turns out to be very useful.
Yeah. I have opted that I am not gonna use the mountain pass to go to the was it something tower? The
Moonrise.
Moonrise Tower. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna go through the Underdark.
hmm I found a path to the Underdog from the spooky forest, so I
Oh,
know that they interconnect.
okay, good. I actually got to the point of where I could go essentially, I think, into the next stage of the Underdark to get to Moonrise Tower, and I turned around and came back because I hadn't done the Githyanki, Crush. So I
Mm,
did the Githyanki Crush. In fact, I'm just completing it now. In fact, this morning I just completed it. And I am just going into the artifact.
Oh, okay. So you just got there.
Really? Is that the beginning of something?
Yeah. If you the
'Cause I
big
cleared out the whole Githyanki Kresh, and
wait, like
I
you
got the
killed
blood of Lysander and everything.
yeah, you killed everybody there?
I didn't kill everybody in there.
Oh,
I
you
made
just
friends with them.
explored it. Oh,
I
okay.
explored
Yeah.
it. I killed the Inquisitor.
Oh, okay. That's the
It's how I
guy.
met the Queen, and she opened up the artifact to get into the artifact.
So how do you kill the Inquisitor after that or before that?
He meets you and says, "Give me the artifact." And you
Oh, and
say,
he
"No." And he's like, "All right,
okay.
put him
I
up."
I gave it to him.
Oh.
Uh, but then like it teleports back to your hand. And he's like, "Oh, it chose you." Okay. So then he talks to the queen, but then we got into a
Well,
little
that didn't
argument.
happen to me. That's kind of interesting. That didn't happen to me. I did give it to him, and he gave it to the Queen when I did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
For some
don't think
reason,
that
it
happened to me.
hadn't chosen me.
Huh. Maybe whatever I did, I didn't make enemies with him in the beginning, but after I came out of the artifact, we kind of had an argument and I kind of had to murder
No, I
everyone.
had to kill him to keep him from getting it, and she ended up getting it anyway and
Oh,
opened up
interesting.
the thing, and so I'm about to go into the what was it, astral plane inside of the
Yeah.
artifact.
What do you think about your nighttime visitor, your dream visitor? I
I
honestly,
like her.
I I was suspicious initially, and I think I'm coming around to trust her a little bit as I kind of learn more about her and the artifact and the connections, how that connects to everything else.
Right.
But at first I was like, who the fuck is this? This is a trick of my mind. So I was all ready to go in there and fight her.
Oh,
But
no, I'm not gonna kill her. She's saving me. She's protecting me.
yeah, she says that, but who knows? And look, everyone in this game could be
Everybody
lying to
lies.
you.
Everybody lies.
I'm curious how you got the Blood of Lathander mace.
You don't
Because
know how?
no, I know how. I know how I got it. But when I looked up the solution to get it, it's like a 20-step process. Um,
No, I got the well, I got
the
the
crest?
the crest.
How'd you get the crest?
I found it.
Where?
I forgot where I found it. It's somewhere.
See, I read that in order to get the crest, do you remember that room that had the stained glass on the floor?
Yeah.
And it had like a ceremonial sword on one pedestal?
Yes, I did that.
If you explore, you can find other ceremonial weapons.
Right, that's what I did.
Oh,
I happened to have picked up all the ceremonial weapons along the way, and then I think I was missing one, and it's like, "Oh," I'm looking at the floor, I'm like, "Okay, that person's holding a mace. I gotta go find that mace." So I did find that mace, and then I brought it back, and I got the seal.
oh, nice. I didn't do any of that.
Yeah. No, I recognized it was a puzzle, so I
Oh,
I solved the puzzle on the way in, so I had it on the way in, and then went in and solved the puzzle to get to the mace and got the mace. It's a pretty
yeah,
badass mace.
it is. It's really cool. So wait, what was the puzzle to get there? I thought it was just a bunch of traps that I disarmed.
There was a small puzzle to open up the door, and then
Oh
it
yeah,
was
like you have to
kind of like
go.
the traps and try to figure out how to get past the doors
Yeah,
and
like
the
you have to go around to get an angle on the lock that you shoot.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, when I got up there, I just took it, set off the alarm, and then thankfully I had a bunch of ranged people. So I just destroyed the 4 like beacons around the corner before they went off.
Oh, see, I had the crest, so it did then none of those went off.
Yeah, that's good because
I just walked in and took it.
I I set everything off. And then I was like, okay, I know I can do this with the right team, but can I do this with this team? And I
Yeah.
was one turn away from missing it. But once I destroyed the last one, it's like everything shut down, and I was like, oh, I'm fine. Violence is the answer. Just destroy it. If anything's
I
in
do
your
what I
way,
can. I
just
do what I can to avoid violence if I
just
possibly can help
just
it.
smash it.
Yeah. Speaking of TV, hold on a second. My calendar went off with Edie's Hulu subscription reminder for Black Friday. The person who's suggesting it will have to remember the desired show.
What was the subscription reminder for Black Friday? Did you have like a Black Friday deal that's about to expire?
No. The person, somebody, I must have told AC Ray to remember for Black Friday to get Hulu, but I can't remember what the show was that I wanted to see. So whoever recommended something to me on Hulu, please. Because I don't remember either. So yeah, I mean, still liking it a lot, but the best thing I like about this game is that it is a story, but it's not like consuming my brain the way that things like Mass Effect and Dragon Age did, where it's like I was dreaming it, I was thinking it, I was, and everything I did was just get back to it, just get back to it, whatever you can, just like shorten all your conversations, don't call people back, don't answer your texts because they're just going to take your precious time away from finishing this game. I don't have that with this game, and that's a good thing. It's a really good thing, especially this time of year.
Yeah, it's for as long as it is. I feel like a lot of the quests you get are kind of short stories in and of themselves. Like you can get a quest, go and finish it, and get like a nice contained story just within that quest line.
Yeah. Um. So what else did you play? I mean, we've already talked, like
Yeah.
ad
Did
nauseum about Baldur's Gate.
did I mention Storyteller before?
I don't think so.
I put that on the list just because I can't remember if I talked about it or not. Storyteller is a cool little puzzle game that comes from. It's published by Netflix on mobile. You can pick it up on Steam and Switch and PlayStation and all of those, but on mobile devices, it's published by Netflix, which means if you have a Netflix subscription, you can download it for free.
Hmm.
And it's a great little puzzle game where you are given a bunch of comic panels, a bunch of backgrounds and characters, and then an objective. And you have to create a little comic strip that does what the prompt says. So in this
Hmm.
video, the prompt is detective arrests an innocent. You have to create a little story using the characters and backgrounds that you have to tell a story where a detective arrests an innocent man. And so a guy gets a gun, guy shoots lady, puts it back, but then someone else touches the gun, so his fingerprints are on there, so the detective sees that and then arrests the wrong man. And so the puzzle is kind of figuring out how to complete the prompt given the pieces at your disposal. Eh,
Hmm.
A lot of the fun and challenge comes from the fact that in this one, you have a knight and a baron, and the baron just immediately wants to kill the knight. Just like from the first panel, you put him in a situation to kill him, and the baron will kill the knight.
Hmm.
Sometimes that's not always the case. So you have to create a series that's like, okay, I need to give the baron motivation to kill the knight. Because if I just put them together, they won't do anything.
Hmm.
So the objective is might say to do one thing, but in order to get there, you have to think like a storyteller and be okay. I want this thing to happen. I want the baron to kill the knight, but he won't just do that on his own. I have to give him some sort of narrative motivation to do that. And so you're really creating, a short little cartoon story. It works really well. It's really intuitive. And I think it ramps up the difficulty in some really clever ways.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm this actually seems like a really good, I don't say time waster, but a little game that you can play when you've got a few minutes to spend. Now, I'm assuming this is mobile?
It's on everything. I played it on mobile because
See,
that's
this is
what's
perfect kind of mobile game.
yeah, that's what's published by Netflix, and some of them too have like sub challenges. So once
Mhm.
you get the objective, it gives you another objective. So like the objective may be detective arrests a murderer, and then once you solve that, it says here's another objective: murderer kills detective. And so then you have to take the same pieces and like flip the script, literally.
Right. That sounds cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
it's a really clever game, and especially if you have Netflix, it's free on mobile.
Right.
So like there's no harm in downloading it and playing it. It's definitely one of the better things Netflix offers.
hmm According to AC Wraith, it's Steam, Mac, iOS, App Store, Google Play, and Switch. Yeah, it's pretty much on
Okay,
everything,
so it's not on the main consoles.
but not on consoles.
Interesting. I guess Switch has a touch screen. So you could still do that touch interface on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. For anything else?
That's mainly it.
Okay. So I played with someone, met a friend at a cafe, and he introduced me to a game called The Mind. It is a card game. I wish Goalie was here so we could talk about it. Uh, so The Mind is a card game in which you have a deck of cards, 100 cards numbered 1 to 100. Um, and you are dealt hands in increasingly large numbers in rounds. So, for example, your first round's going to be everybody gets 1 card. Second round, everybody gets 2 cards. And you have only a certain amount of lives. And if you fail a round, you have to use a life in order to keep going. Um, so I'm trying to find an example so I can pull it up, and this is coming from Watch It Played. And because it's a tabletop game, you kind of have to see other people doing it, but let's see if I can actually pull it up. All right. So, um, the point of the game is that you're dealt your hand, you cannot show your other people at the table, and you, as a table, need to play all of the cards in sequential order from lowest to highest, but you have to do it in a way that nobody speaks. Nobody can talk to each other to say what they have in their hand. So you have to do it by looking at each other's eyes, watching communication, trying to say, what you have and what you don't have without actually saying what you have and what you don't have. You can use just about any technique that you want to, other than actually giving the numbers on your hands without actually using words. And it's yes, you can see that and the touching of the nose, I guess that is one of the techniques that they're using to communicate that they're ready, that they know what they have and they know how they want to play it, or they have a sense of what the other person is going to play. So, bottom line is I played it. It's a lot of fun for being a really, really simple. See, like he just leaned back because he knew that he had out the card number 100. So there was
Mm.
no way he was going to play it. So it's a really good game for. I played it with just 2 people, but you can play it with a whole table full of people, and that's where it gets really, really interesting because, of course, you have more people to look at, and you're trying to read more people.
Yeah,
But
I
for
imagine like
a
with two
very simple
people.
game, it is so interesting, so fun. I love elegantly clever card games like this.
Imagine with two people. It's a lot of, you know, hmm, hmm,
Like you're really trying to read each
hmm.
other.
Yeah. And it's co-op, right? Because you're working together.
You're working together, right? You're
Yeah.
not working right.
So
It's
it's like
everybody succeeds or everybody
you're
fails.
trying to give each other signals.
Right. You're
Um,
trying to give each other signals
but
without breaking the rules.
but yeah, the moment you add a third person and a fourth or a fifth, all of a sudden
It
it's
gets
like, wait a minute, whose signals are your signals the same as their signals? Like
right.
who
Right. And on top of that, you're there's a whole lot more chances. Like if it's just two people and one person gets a 10 or an 11, odds are you've got the lowest card.
Mhm.
But when you're talking about a table of 5 people, maybe not. Those odds go down way, 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 way more. So you have to be a lot more strategic about whether you think you're ready to go. So somebody's got a 90 and somebody's got a 91 in this one. This is going to be really interesting.
Oh,
And the
AC Ray
lowest
says
card is 28. So
AC Ray, you have a series of numbered cards and you want to put them down in order. You take turns putting the number down in order. But you can't
sequential order from lowest to highest.
but you can't talk with your teammate.
You can't talk with
So
your teammates. It's all nonverbal communication to kind of signal to them that do I think I have the next card in the series. Like these guys are like working. Somebody has an 89 and a 90. Somebody has a 50, 80, and 91.
yeah, like they could
Okay,
do
so
it.
he's good. So
Yeah,
now they're
50.
looking at each other.
Now they need 80 and 89.
Neither one of them wants to play because they all have really high cards.
I know, and I can totally see each of them thinking, "My card is too high of a jump."
Yeah, and now you're seeing them. He's like, "Well, my cards are too high of a jump." And right, and you can raise your hand, and you can
Oh,
discuss amongst yourselves. You can show your next lowest card, your lowest card,
oh, okay. So you can
and you
show
can toss
cards at
that
some
card.
point.
Yeah, but you only get a limited amount of those.
And now they're stuck in
That's
an
what the Shuriken cards are. Is those give you a pass to be able to say,
oh,
I think we need to talk. So now somebody's got a 90 and somebody's got a 91.
which is funny because
Oh,
that's an even worse situation than they were in before.
89, 90,
Y
91. There we go.
oh,
Yeah,
that's a cool game.
it's a very cool game. And for being a really, really, really simple idea, all you're trying to do is put cards in order sequentially. It's good for 2 people. It's good for more than 2 people. Super easy, super simple, super portable. All you need is a
Yeah,
card,
it's just a
and
deck.
that's it, a deck of cards. 100 and I think it's 103. I think you get 3 lives if you screw up. So you have to use a life. So I think you get 3 lives, and I think you get 2 or 3 shuriken, like, which is the, "Hey, I need to talk."
Mhm.
So I think it's like comes out to like 106, 107 cards. So that's it. And so you can just take it with you wherever you go. The biggest downside of it is that each time each round, you have to
Oh, like
shuffle
reshuffle.
100 cards. 2 decks, essentially, two regular card decks. So yeah, if you're looking for something that might be really fun over the Thanksgiving dinner table, you're gonna have to like either go down to a store and get it in person, or you need to order it and have it delivered like overnight. Um, this is actually a really, really, really good game for that. Because first off, you can't argue when you're not able to talk to each other.
All the arguing comes
You can't
afterward.
argue about politics or Gaza or anything. You have to be silent.
Mhm.
You
It's
can't
okay.
talk to each other.
Okay, let's play. Everyone shut up. Time to
Every-
play.
That's right. That's another good name for the game is everyone shut the fuck up. So yeah,
The
big,
mind.
big thumbs up. Really enjoy that game. And I respect it because it is so good for being so elegantly simple as it is.
Mhm.
So, That's all I've got to talk about. Anything else you got?
No, like I just played the same thing, a little bit of Marvel Snap, a little bit of Bonzi here and there, but like other I haven't gotten any further in Chance of Sinar, but I do want to go back to that a little bit because I still
Oh,
think that game is awesome.
yeah, I've been playing the NyQuil game.
Hmm.
Yay, NyQuil.
Just taking shots of NyQuil. I mean,
Yes.
you have to do it with that stuff. Oh,
Yes.
take shots because I don't like those pills. Those pills are so big.
I
NyQuil
don't mind
just
the I don't mind big pills. I've never had a problem with big pills, but
yeah.
I really actually like the taste of NyQuil. I shouldn't say
Okay.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
And when you got like a bad sore throat, it actually feels really good.
Oh
Anything
yeah.
cool on your throat feels good.
The medicine works. I'm just
Yeah.
imagining you lining up a bunch of shot glasses and pouring it in there like at a bar. Just
Yeah. I was so sick that on the next day on the way home, I stopped to the store and it's like, okay, I know I'm sick. I need to get food. And I need to get food for a couple of days. And I need to get all the food that I need that I think I'm going to need, given I have a sore throat and I'm about to get really, really, really sick. So I stopped off and on a whim, which I never do, I got ice cream because I saw one of my favorite flavors. Uh, Especially like one of my comfort flavors is Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche ice cream.
mm.
But I was so sick. I saw Dulce de Leche ice cream. I reached in for Dulce de Leche ice cream. I brought home what I thought was Dulce. I mean, I swear I grabbed, but I was so sick that when I opened it up, I'm like, why is there chunks in my Dulce de Leche? And I got butter pecan, which was fine. Butter pecan is fine.
Yeah.
But that first night, I'm like, okay, this has to last me a couple of days because this sore throat's going to be around for a while. And that night was gone. Just my throat was just so trashed. So, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's things.
That's
You
what we've been
wanna
playing.
Yep. Do you wanna hit the news?
Yeah.
All right. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do the start the show. Oh well. Let's hit the news.
Oh, I guess yeah. We never did do the intro.
Like I said, I'm sick. I don't fuck it.
That's the podcast equivalent of butterscotch pecan.
Yeah, not butterscotch, it's butter pecan. If you've never
Oh,
had
butter pecan.
butter pecan ice cream is pretty good.
I don't think I have.
I mean,
I mean, it
it's no dulce de leche, but it's pretty damn
sounds
good.
fine.
It's really good. All right. So, let's hit the news. Is
Oh, did you want me to start?
I don't know. I mean, this is like we're having that moment of the mind where it's like we're staring each other's eyes. Which one is going to go first? Who has the more important story? I think personally, the more important story. Game Awards.
I mean, that's probably the biggest news story.
Yeah,
So
probably the
yeah,
one's
we
going to take
we
the
can
most amount
start
of
with
time.
that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's fucking. I hate that they have the
The automatic looping.
default is automatically looping, which sucks. So
Thank you, AC Wraith, for linking to Haagen-Dazs Dolce
Dolce de leche ice cream. You want to know what the
Dolce
best
de
tasting
Leche.
thing? Yeah, Dolce de leche. Here, this is the most delicious thing, surprisingly most delicious thing you will ever have. Okay, Dolce de leche, Haagen-Dazs Dolce de leche ice cream, topped with. It has to be exactly these. No, you can't like do other brands. Quaker granola. You know, like the Quaker
Okay.
granola? The
Yeah.
Quaker topped with Quaker granola because it's got, like, heavy cinnamon flavor to it.
Okay.
Oh, it's like your head will explode with the flavor sensation that is that combination. It's incredible.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that.
Yep. Alright, so, what were you talking about? Oh, yeah, Game
Game
Awards.
Awards. The Game
Alright.
Award nominees have been announced.
Yeah,
And
and 0 surprises.
I mean, I think I'm surprised at how much Alan Wake 2 uh was nominated. And
I think maybe,
sorry,
yeah, I guess
I
so.
I I bought that game when it came out and I still haven't played it because I didn't want to play it and then leave for a week for Thanksgiving and then come back
Mhm,
to it. I want to like be able to play it all in one sitting, so I've been putting it off till the end of the month.
right.
But I've heard great things about it, but I'm still just surprised that like it's basically I think tied for Baldur's Gate for the most nominations.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's I think that that is one surprise was the Alan Wake, the love for Alan Wake. But the other, I would say surprise, not surprise. Actually, here's the big surprise for the Game Awards is that you'll notice under Game of the Year and just about everything else, you know what you're not seeing? You're
Starfield,
not seeing Starfield.
which, like you said, not not really a surprise. Like
No.
it was a huge release, but like when you stack it up against this list of games here, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, yeah, it's definitely not as good as those.
And that's not what was surprising, not that it's not there. What's surprising is that in the Starfield Reddit, they're not surprised either. There is no like, normally, when in the Reddit, of a particular game, if it doesn't make it, and especially a big release like that, you'd think that the people are generally like, "I can't believe you didn't." Nope, nobody is saying that. On the Starfield subreddit, um, here's an example of some of the comments that were put up when after the release of the nominees. One person said, "I really enjoy and love Starfield, but I'm not terribly surprised. Starfield doesn't come close to any of these games," another one said. "It's frustratingly uneven, full of half-baked systems and unfulfilling quests. It doesn't even deliver on the basic awe of space travel." And
I feel like
somebody else wrote, "If there was a best game overhauled by mods a year later category, Starfield would probably win for 2024."
mm, I browsed Reddit a lot, and so the Starfield Reddit comes up every now and then,
Mhm.
and I'm impressed by how level-headed that whole subreddit is. It's a
Isn't
bunch of
it?
people going like, "Hey, I really like the game, but
I
also I
recognize it's
understand, yeah, I understand why other people wouldn't, and
yeah.
I recognize its flaws. They just don't bother me."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow,
It's
this is like
refreshing, isn't it?
really, really adult.
If there was an award for, like, the most reasonable Reddit category, that would be it. Yeah, I think I agree. Everybody on the Starfield, there's no, and I guess that says a lot about Starfield. There are no rabid fanboys/girls.
Yeah,
There's no rabid fans, like blind following best thing ever kind of aficionados,
yeah. I
which
think
is great.
everyone knows has a follow-up to Skyrim.
Yeah,
It's a definite step down.
yeah,
And like for whatever like positives, for whatever you like or don't like about it, it's everyone agrees, yeah, Skyrim is a better game. Like it's a step down from there.
right.
But yeah,
So the big question, there's only really one big question that I'm seeing on most of these, and it's really this year's Game Awards is this. I would say the colon subtitle is battle between Zelda and Baldur's Gate.
maybe I don't know. I like I said, Alan Wake snuck in so many different places. I think it's a dark horse candidate.
Really?
I
Really?
think
Put your money on that?
I look. I don't know if I put my money on it, but if I wanted to like really gamble, I would put my money on it.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, let's let's go through some of the basic categories, the general categories, with like the biggest categories, and you and
Mhm.
I pick the winners.
Okay, and this will be tough because I probably haven't played most of these. But like I've
I know,
watched
me too.
I've watched video, I've read
I
reviews, like, I know the
yeah,
general
that's
consensus about all of these.
I think generally that is the case for all of these. My dog is asking me to pet him. Hi, buddy.
Oh,
Thank you, but no, I'm sure you want to go out for a walk or baby to pee, but you have to wait. All right, so
so
um,
game of the year, like,
game
right
of the
here.
year.
I think it'll be Baldur's Gate.
I think it's going to be Zelda.
I think Baldur's Gate has too much.
AC Wraith, are you taking notes here? I just want to make sure that our secretary is
I
already got
I
the.
can I can take notes. I
No, no,
need
no.
to find
You
out.
don't have to take notes. This is what AC Wraith does. AC Wraith lives for this, right?
Okay. I think Baldur's Gate has the momentum and it has the story that a lot of people like. You know,
Mhm.
the little underdog developer. No one thought the game would blow up as much as it did.
No.
It's the everything everywhere all at once of the game industry.
That's true. Zelda was a known quantity that it would be amazing.
Yeah, especially coming after Breath of the Wild. Like everyone
Mm,
was excited for it, but I think Baldur's Gate has the story and like the actual quality to back it up. So I
I
think it
think I
would
still
win.
think it's gonna be Zelda. I think
Okay.
that the because remember, this is fan voted, and I
Yes.
really, 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 really think that Nintendo fans are far more rabid than Baldur's Gate fans. It's Zelda fans deliver. Zelda fans show up. Zelda says jump, and its fan says how high. I don't think that it has that kind of rabid uh, slave mind that with Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
So I don't think that it's necessarily earned or I'm not making a judgment about which one should win. I
Oh
think
no.
I'm making the judgment of which one will win.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be Zelda.
I get that. No, I yeah. I'm with Baldur's. And
All right.
like I said, dark horse Alan Wake because Baldur's and Zelda was split the vote and the Alan Wake people will swoop in. So, potential dark horse candidate Alan Wake. If you want to be like
All right.
it's
All right.
it's
I'll give you that.
yeah.
All right. So I know, buddy. Are you bugging me because you need to go to the bathroom? Is that what it is? You never bother me during a podcast.
No. I mean, look, I've got a cat sleeping on me.
I know, but it's an average thing. Buddy never stirs unless he needs to stir.
Mm,
Let's move on, and I am going to take him out just on the off chance. View all categories. Let's move on to because AC Wraith noted it that the best independent game nominees have had developers seriously discussing what makes a game indie again.
yeah.
Let's go to best independent. Where is it? Best adaption. Where is it? Indie.
I think it's in the middle, second row, left.
There we go.
Yeah.
Best indie game. Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the controversy comes from the fact that Dave the Diver was uh, produced by like a big publisher. Like a
Mhm.
big publisher put it out. It's from a small developer, but published by a big publisher, which would kind of make it not indie, like it's not independently published. Meanwhile, Baldur's Gate 3 is an independent game by definition.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's like, wait, if it was in the best game of the year, but not best independent game,
It says Dave the Diver is the publisher was Mint Rocket and Nexon.
yeah, Nexon. Nexon's like a huge
Oh, okay.
Asian publisher.
Oh, okay. Not familiar with it, so.
They do a lot of anime, a lot of
Oh, okay.
what gotcha. I think they do a whole lot of gotcha
Gotcha
games.
games. Okay.
But I've also heard good things about Dave the Diver.
Yeah, and as much as I love, Annapurna, isn't Annapurna owned by Bracer?
I don't think so.
Annapurna, who's Annapurna owned by?
I think Annapurna is owned by Annapurna.
Oh, that's true. Annapurna is its own. Yeah, Annapurna Pictures, which is an
Yeah.
independent film company. That's right. Um, I don't know enough about this.
So, from what I've heard, I
But I
played
remember Viewfinder. You talked about Viewfinder,
I
though.
played
You've played that.
Viewfinder. Viewfinder is a mind-bending, awesome puzzle game. But I've heard enough rampant positivity about Cocoon and Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
I think it's really between Cocoon and Sea of Stars. And it's hard for me to pick a winner because I think Cocoon has um a lot of momentum behind it because I've heard just a lot of people praising it. But Sea of Stars came out long enough ago that it has like a nostalgia thing working for it.
Yeah.
The style of it evokes retro RPGs, retro JRPGs, and I think it's the kind of game that people will remember. Oh, that's right, I played that. That was a really good game. So you know what? If I was to choose one, I would choose Sea of Stars.
Yeah. I am going to say it's Cocoon just because uh I don't think that the power of the retro feeling of it is going to be enough to push people over. And I'm going to say my dark horse pick is going to be Viewfinder.
Okay, I would love to see Viewfinder.
Yeah. Let's see the next one. Do all categories. Best game. Which one do we want to actually guess on the next one?
Best narrative.
Best narrative. Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 14, and Marvel Spider-Man. I'm going to say Alan Wake. This is where I think Alan Wake is gonna succeed. I think Baldur's Gate's narrative is good. I don't think it's like stronger than anything else.
Yeah, I think it's really good, but from what from what I've heard of Alan Wake, like the story is what propels you through the game, right?
Right.
It's just a really good, trippy, spooky story. But I think that was enough to get the game critics to put it on the nominee list. I think if you give it to the general public to vote on, all those
True.
peasants and all those lemmings are just gonna go with Baldur's Gate.
I think all the lemmings are gonna go with Spider-Man too.
Mm,
I
I
you
mm.
thank you for putting that in perspective. I think you're right, but I think that Spider-Man 2. So Spider-Man 2 is my pick with Alan Wake being my dark horse.
See, I think Spider-Man 2 is easily the more popular game. But I think the kind of people that would come to the Game Awards website to vote on the winner are enough video game sickos that they'll be like, "No, I want Baldur's Gate to win.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't
All
want to
right.
vote."
I'll stick with what I have, but I don't disagree with you on that one. All right. Viewing all categories again. Which next one? Uh let's see. Best debut indie. Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba. I am not familiar with Venba at all and Viewfinder.
I've heard a lot about Venba.
Yeah.
Venba's like and I think it's on Game Pass too, so it's easy to play. It was a uh like let's look at this Middle Eastern families difficulties like integrating into I think it was Canadian society. Like it's like the mother and father immigrate to Canada and then they have a kid there. And it's kind of about the kid and the mother and the father finding ways to interact with each other, keep the heritage alive, but also integrate into a Western society using food. Like it's a cooking mini game. And it's all about cooking stuff, cooking food. And so through that, it's like, oh, the daughter finds a connection to her mother, to her heritage in this new environment through a bunch of cooking mini games.
I think it's going to be Cocoon. More fans.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you.
More fans. All right, so next one would be what do we want to look at? Best art direction is always an interesting one to look at. Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Zelda, or Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which I'm not really quite sure about Super Mario Brothers Wonder, but especially considering the other ones, I think it's going to be Liza P.
Yeah, artistic design and animation. Like Liza P has that whole Bloodborne feel going for it.
It is a beautiful looking game.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush has a real unique style to it though.
I'm going to say, okay, I'll say Liza P with my dark horse being Hi-Fi Rush. I agree with you on
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna say Hi-Fi Rush first. I honestly I honestly don't know. It could be anything one of these,
Gonna
but
split the two.
I'm no, I'm gonna go put all my chips into Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay. All right. And
Oh wait,
yeah,
I need a. What did you vote for narrative?
best narrative. I can't remember now. My best narrative was I said Spider-Man 2 with my dark horse being Alan Wake.
Okay, art direction.
Nick is taking notes too, AC Ray, so you don't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush, Edie. And I can answer your question in a second, AC Wraith. Oh wait, you said Liza P.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
And wait, what did Nick vote for studio? What was
Did we do
studio?
studio? We don't think we did studio. With
Was
studio, what
that
do you mean?
we did best indie game and best debut independent game, but we didn't do best studio. Is there a best studio?
Did an art direction.
Yeah,
Our
that's
art
what.
direction was Liza P. Mine was Liza P. Nick's is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
My dark horse being Alan Wake 2. No, my dark horse being Hi-Fi Rush.
Is it like a studio of the year?
Best debut, he said. Not
Oh,
studio,
best debut.
debut. The best
Debut.
debut.
We both voted for Cocoon.
Yeah. Yep. And then best art direction, best narrative, best mobile game.
Oh.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, I haven't played any
The
of
description
these.
is best mobile game, and we are looking at Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, or Terra Nil. Monster
I don't.
Hunter Now.
No, I think
Mm,
I'm gonna go with Honkai Star Rail because I know that's from the developers of Genshin Impact, and Genshin Impact is super popular.
yeah.
That's my
Actually, I'm
logic.
I'm I'm now wondering maybe Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I'm gonna root for Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Okay.
Just to say I did. Hello Kitty doesn't get enough respect. Yes, I said
I
that.
don't know. I feel like Hello Kitty gets a ton of respect considering that she's like what 70 years old and still super
Yeah,
popular.
still looks great. All right,
Oh
so
wait, go to.
uh,
I want to do at least one more. I want to do best VR game.
okay, best VR game: Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, or Synapse.
I would probably say Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
It's a full game. I've heard that it's done really really well. And
Didn't
you
you
know
play
what?
it over Halloween over October?
No, that was Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna
Suppose
be Resident Evil.
supposedly sometime in the coming months there would be a VR mode for the Resident Evil 4 remake. And that I might stream again and play because that I'm really looking forward to.
Hello Kitty is an important figure in the kawaii movement. I say this every time I hear the name because otherwise I discount the franchise as well. Yeah? Don't underestimate Sanrio, man. Sanrio makes one of my favorite animes of all time. Agrisuko. Oh,
Agrisuko. Yeah.
Agrisuko, so good, so good. And that's what I love about Sanrio is they know when to take a left turn on, like they're not afraid to challenge the borders of their oeuvre. Like Disney has to always be Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Sanrio is not afraid to kind of make fun of their own oeuvre, you know?
Yeah. I will say the one thing that stood out to me about the VR games is that all of those games are available on PSVR.
Oh, that's mobile. Yeah.
The PSVR 2,
Yeah.
uh, which I just thought was an interesting. In fact, most of those Gran Turismo 7 and Horizon are PSVR 2 exclusives.
Really?
Yeah. It just struck me that uh the new headset kind of controlled this category. That there
Yeah.
wasn't like an Oculus exclusive in there.
Well, it says a lot about what Oculus isn't doing. All right,
Mm.
let's see. And let's do two more. Action adventure and RPG.
Okay.
At best action adventure RPG, I am going to say it is Zelda.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Spider-Man 2 came out, and a lot of people love Spider-Man 2.
I
Honestly,
don't
has
think they like Zelda.
honestly
Zelda,
has
Zelda fans are going to be there and they're voting like crazy. You know they are.
as much as my soul would be lifted if Alan Wake 2 won, I
No
I
way.
I can never picture
No
that
chance in
happening.
hell.
But
No chance in hell.
I want it to win. I want it to win.
I know, but it's not going to.
I think God, like Zelda, but Spider-Man 2.
Remember, there's also Resident Evil.
Yeah, I don't think it hangs. I honestly, these are all great games. It's between Spider-Man and Zelda. Like I think hands down, no contest is between those two.
And it's no contest going to be Zelda.
Yeah, see,
No contest.
I don't know. You know
Zelda
what?
fans are going to show up and they're going to vote.
You know what? I'll say Spider-Man just to make this a competition.
Okay. All right. And then the final one we'll look at is best RPG.
The only
No
the
question.
only place where Starfield was
Oh, there's
nominated.
Starfield! Woohoo! You made it because
Yeah.
they had nothing else to nominate. Yeah. No, it's going to be Baldur's Gate. No question. Hands down.
Edie, you said Zelda. No, you know what? I'm voting for Starfield. Let's dark horse. Dark horse.
Oh, that is not a dark horse. That is a dark turtle. That is like a pitch black thing, a very short-legged animal with 3 of 4 legs, and 2 of them tied behind their back. No,
It's
that's not. They're gonna win. That is
it's a
no.
horse, a sick horse with 2 broken legs.
2 broken legs and bad teeth and 1 eye. No, it's not gonna make it.
You know, you know what's a little frustrating looking at this list? Final Fantasy 16 was definitely more of an action game than an RPG. It like wasn't a really good RPG. It was a fun game and a fun action game, not a good RPG. And Liza
Yeah.
P, it's a Souls-like game, which
Mhm.
I know the Souls-like games are always defined as RPGs, but
They're
I
kind
don't
of
know.
not.
They're kind of the way more action games. They're action games with like RPG stat management.
Yeah.
So like but I think there are other RPGs that came out that you could put in here. It's just 2 of these games are not actually good
But
RPGs.
this is a good, thing for you, though, for your previous I'm not gonna change my vote, but I did not realize that Sea of Stars was, nominated for Best RPG.
Yeah, I don't think it'll
No, but
compete with Baldur's
that
Gate.
bodes well for it being best indie game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think we both know it's BG3.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, all right. Well, that's our, very superficial, not everything. And if there's any of them that you want us to talk about, we've got a few more weeks. So if there's any
Oh,
categories that you want us to give an opinion on, just let us
okay.
know.
You know what? I'm curious now. This is not what we'll bet on. Click on most anticipated game, and let's see what you and me are looking forward to. How do we match up against the consensus? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken
8.
8. I'm excited for one of those.
I'm excited for one of them and sort of excited for another. And let me do this. I will guess which one you're excited for.
Okay.
And you can guess which one I'm excited for.
Okay.
I think you're excited for Hades too.
No, actually.
Really?
I was a little lukewarm on the first Hades.
Okay. Then it's going
Uh
to be Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
no.
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 Okay.
It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That
Really? Okay.
that first Final Fantasy remake was really really good. And I really want to see what they go with it.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII was like the game that got me into video games. And so
Oh,
there's
okay.
definitely a
There's
strong
nostalgia.
nostalgic, but also like, hey, it's also a good game.
You want to guess which one I'm interested in? Most anticipating?
Yeah, I think your most anticipated is I'm gonna say Star Wars Outlaws.
No, it's Tekken. No, of course it's Star Wars
Tekken.
Outlaws.
Okay. I, I was it's like Tekken. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, of course it's Star Wars. Of
No,
course
I
it's Star Wars.
thought I thought it would be between Star Wars and Like a Dragon.
Yeah, it could have been. No, yeah, no, I'm definitely most anticipated. And I say the thing that I'm sort of interested in is Hades too.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't hate the first Hades. I liked it actually quite a lot, but I'm not as interested in that. I'm mostly interested in the Star Wars Outlaws to see what they do with it because I feel like the Star Wars games are trying to find their stride and they're slowly kind of fumbling their way into finding a place where they do a
Mm,
really bang up job. And I would feel less okay about it if it was all EA. If it was no, EA was still running because EA just was pumping out, essentially shovelware when it came
yeah.
to Star Wars. Now that EA doesn't have the Star Wars IP and they've moved on, I'm really looking forward to seeing all these different companies, things like Massive Entertainment, seeing their different takes on it. I think that the games are all much better than what they were, but there really isn't that one Star Wars game that makes you go, "This is the Star Wars game we're waiting for."
Mm,
I'm hoping that this game might be it, but I will hope that for every Star Wars game until it happens.
okay. Yeah, I'm interested in that one too for exactly what you said. I want to see how they deliver.
Yeah. I
Uh
like the fact that it's not one company that's doing it over and over and over again because we're
yeah,
getting
agree.
different takes within the same universe. It's just much more rich kind of game space within the Star Wars world.
Yeah. Uh
So
and
Eric Baker, yeah, wanted
yes,
to
before we moved
see
on.
best racing. There we go. Sports and racing game.
Oh, did they have to combine sports and racing because
Yeah, they
racing
did.
used to be its own thing,
It did, and now it's not. So
which
we
is
have EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed Turbocharged, and the Crew Motor Fest.
Okay, you know what's kind of funny? It's sports and racing, but 4 of those 5 are racing.
A racing.
So really, it's the
It says a lot
sports.
about how bad sports games have
Yeah,
become.
it's the sports games that like were so bad, no one wanted to create their own category, so they kind of just got shoved in with racing.
Right, and then they're only getting one of those, and I think it's only by default, because if it was all racing, then it would be an insult to sports, like, it would
It-
piss off people too much.
yeah,
But, yeah, I mean, this is if the sports developer world ever needed a comeuppance of, like, how low they have fallen, this right here is the calling card for that. The
mm,
fact that they they were not only their own category, they have been condensed into another category, and at that, they're only getting one pity slot.
I like pity slot.
Uh, Eric Baker said, "I like Unleashed Shoot too, but I don't see it happening." Yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard I've heard that the Hot
it's
Wheels
not
Unleashed
over
2
Forza.
is actually like a really good arcade racer.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
I think Forza good is do it.
I,
Forza always does.
I think you're right. I heard positive things about Forza. A lot of people really liked it.
I'm really surprised to see The Crew. That was a title. That was an IP that we wrote off years ago.
Also, when did that game come out?
I have no idea.
Crew Motorfest?
I don't play racing games.
But
What's
like
who knew there was another Crew? I mean, I knew there was another Crew coming, but who knew that people actually like it came out and people didn't hate it?
I knew there was another Crew
Because I knew the
coming.
Crew
I
did
didn't.
not Crew 1 did not fly very well
No,
at
it
all.
didn't. It didn't really set the world on fire. But yeah, when did the
No.
Crew Motorfest come out? I don't remember anything about that.
No, I didn't either. I don't either. Uh and gosh, okay, one more, because this is my heart right here. Really? Okay. Uh Man, it's not
What
gonna
is
be City
this?
Skyline 2. This is best sim strategy.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna be City Skyline 2. I'll tell you that right now. Might be Fire
Really?
Emblem.
Like looking at this, my first assumption would be City Skyline.
No, it's not. It's not being reviewed. It's fans are not liking it very much because like City Skyline 1 got a bit of a pass because it was such a small studio and it was like there wasn't that many people working on it. But in the years between Cities 1 and Cities 2, they have a lot more people and it came out fine, but not what everybody expected given the amount of money that they had available to them and amount of developers that they had working on it or should have had working on it. A lot of people were very underwhelmed with the designs on launch. It is essentially the equivalent of the state the city skylines was when it came out. Um, and it was a fine game, but it got much, 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 much better over the years of continuously adding and iterating on top of it until it became I mean, so good. People expected to be ahead of that starting spot for City Skyline 2 because they had more people, they had more money, and it didn't. And it's not that's not making the fans very happy, and it's not something that would bring new players into it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, no, City Skyline is definitely not the fans are not happy and new people would not be inclined enough to like jump on to vote. Um, I think it's gonna be Fire Emblem or maybe Pimkin, but I think it's gonna be Fire Emblem.
I think I'm gonna go with Company of Heroes.
Yeah,
If
maybe.
only because it's the only other game that's like we're a strategy game, right? They sell that.
Yeah.
I guess like Advance Wars is a turn-based strategy game. I don't know. I feel like Company of Heroes is just the.
Yeah, I think it's
Although
gonna be
Pikmin's
Fire
Nintendo.
Emblem, and the only thing that Pikmin might the reason why I picked Pikmin as my dark horse, in fact, I don't even give it that really a dark horse. It's like almost if I was gonna pick 2, I would pick those. But, because so many people are going to be logging on to vote for Zelda, they're going to be voting for Pikmin.
Yeah, I've heard
That's my only reasoning.
I've heard great things about Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I would pick.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll change it from Company of Heroes to Pikmin. Can
Alright.
I can I get my notepad back, Shepard? Are you done investigating it? Does it pass the smell test? Okay, I think it did.
Alright. So, yeah, alright, I think that we've gone into that enough to be able to now, if there are any other categories that you want us to jaw over, we will be happy to do that. Just let us know in the chat or send us message in our Discord. Remember, we're always available on our Discord, and we're always happy to answer any questions, or if you send a message, one of us is going to see it. So yeah, there's our Discord. Just send us a little message in general saying, hey, can you give us your opinions on, can you cover this category? We'll cover it next week because we've got until the actual
Yeah,
uh, uh
it's a ways away, I'd
yeah, it's
say.
what, December 7th, I want to say. December 7th. Yeah. Thursday, December 7th. So we got a couple of weeks. Um and it's going to kick off at 4:30 p.m. And or 7:30, yeah, Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, US. So yeah, if you
Hey,
want
no,
to,
no, not the keyboard.
you need to control your cat, Nick.
Sit down.
AC Ray says, since I quit taking notes, I've been trying to find a decent source for my kawaii remark, but it's really hard to find one for the Pink Rebellion. It's all small sites and blogs.
I
All
feel like
right,
I've
so
heard about that, but I don't remember where.
let's move on to our next
Anyways,
topic. Next topic.
yeah. Other stuff. I guess in not surprising and disappointing news, the PlayStation Portal, Sony's like basically remote play for the house device. It was released, and predictably, scalpers descended on it.
You know what? They're
And
well and welcome to it because it's not that great.
it is now sold out on the PlayStation Store and is selling for like 300 to 400 on eBay.
What was it
Uh,
originally?
200.
Yeah, those
No,
scalpers are all gonna be they're stupid. They're stupid.
I yes, I agree. As much as I look, I think there's absolutely a use case for this device. I think it's a cool device to have the option to buy. I think $200 is a lot of money, and so
$400
what?
is way, way, way too much money. I think
Who
this
would
may very well be the one that destroys the scalpers.
who would spend $400 on this instead of buying a Switch, instead of buying a console? It's incredibly stupid.
Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be the moment that the scalpers actually end up like. Here's the deal. Best thing that possibly could have happened for this, because all those portals in less than a month, probably a month to 2 months, are all going to be $100 each, and that makes a very good use case for it.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because those
Like
scalpers are going to be sitting on them, and there's nothing that they can do. They're never going to get their money back. Never going to get their money back.
here's the thing. I have a perfect use case for this. Like Rachel really really likes Christmas movies. And
Mhm.
so in December, she wants to binge Christmas movies, like every Christmas movie. That's a little much for me. I don't know if I could watch all those Christmas movies, but what I can do is I can remote play the PlayStation to my tablet. And is you okay? Okay, well, Edie takes a break. I can remote stream a game from the PlayStation to my tablet and play on there while, the TV is used for Christmas movies. And that's a perfect use case scenario for the PlayStation Portal. I'm basically using the Portal, except instead of having to create like a little hodgepodge between a tablet, Bluetooth, a uh, PlayStation controller to the tablet, it's just all in one device, which is convenient. But it's not $200 worth of convenient, right? Like the tablet and the controller are a good enough product in and of themselves. I get enough out of it that I don't know if I want to spend $500 to get another device, which I don't really know where I would store when I'm not using it. That, it's it's a good idea. Too expensive for what it offers, though. AC Wraith said, "My mother has a tradition of watching what she calls her Hallmark Happy Sappies." I like that term, the Happy Sappies. That's good. And Eric said, "I received my Portal and it's pretty nice." Oh, what are you using it for? Like, obviously you're using it to play games, but like, what's the specific use case scenario? Is there a lot of times when your TV is like in use by other people so that you want to keep playing something but you can't use the TV? Or is it just like, hey, I got this new gadget and I want to use it? I'm curious. Like, is it actually, hey, I'm going to use this to be portable in my own home, or do you just like having a new gadget? Are you okay? You're back. You look a little shell shocked. You're also muted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm muted for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, the back of my throat just
Oh,
decided to rebel against me.
Eric said, "I like to sit on the couch or the bed and play." Oh yeah, having that in bed is a good idea.
So did you, by the way, sorry for the rattling for the cough drop.
Mhm.
Eric,
I like that.
were you able to get it? Or did you have to buy from a scalper?
Yes, he said he received it, and it's pretty nice.
Hmm. But did you buy it from a scalper? Or did you buy it first run? And did you have a hard time getting it?
If he got it first run, he probably pre-ordered it. I think,
Possible. Just wondering if you had trouble contending with the scalpers.
yeah. Let us know.
We're here from you. Waiting for your call.
So yeah, that's
We
or he
pre-ordered
says,
it a month ago. Okay, that makes sense. So
yeah.
you really didn't have to compete with the scalpers on day one. That's good. Um,
Well, speaking of special things going on sale, Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios announced a physical edition of Baldur's Gate 3,
really?
which I didn't realize until I saw this news that there is no physical disc of Baldur's Gate 3.
Nope. It is
It's
digital only.
But what's cool is that they're giving a physical release, and it's going to come with a whole bunch of actually cool goodies.
Hmm.
This includes a whole bunch of stickers, a really cool poster of a mind flayer, an original soundtrack on a separate CD, a world map, a cloth world map, which I can't remember the last time a game came with a cloth map. I think Red Dead, 2 patches, and then what's funny is, in case you didn't realize how big of a game Baldur's Gate is, on PlayStation 5, it's coming on 2 discs. On the Xbox One version, it's coming on 3 discs.
Wow.
And all this is just $80.
Holy crap, really?
Mhm. So that's actually a pretty awesome uh a whole setup for $80. Like
Yeah.
this is the kind of special edition that I would be tempted to buy. Right?
Yeah.
You get enough good physical things out of it to kind of justify the extra money.
Yeah. And that's actually incredibly cheap. I mean,
Mhm.
these are the
Oh
kind of
yeah.
stuff that normally costs $120.
Mhm. And I think as of now, it's only available on Larian's store. So you'd have to order it directly from them. You're not getting this through Amazon or anything like that. But yeah, it's cool that in a year when both apparently two of the biggest games of the year, Baldur's Gate and Alan Wake, both for both skipped physical disc releases, probably because both those games are independently published, and so skipping physical discs is a means to save some money. Uh, Remedy, the studio that does Alan Wake, specifically said by foregoing printing of discs, they were able to publish it as a $60 game instead of a $70 game.
Right.
And so it's nice to see that my interpretation of this is that Baldur's Gate sold well enough that Larian said, "Hey, we've now got the extra money to
Yeah.
publish a
Exactly.
nice, fancy deluxe edition." And so
Right.
it's
And we can do it at a price where we're not like having to worry about having a 30% markup.
yeah. So it's nice to see a good game sell well.
Mhm.
And AC says there's no body pillows for the romantic option, so they had to reduce the price.
Well, let me check the Larian store. It could be.
how how long until they get
Oh, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before they have the body pillows.
I met they've got Will. One side is human Will, the other side is tiefling Will.
Um, all right. So my next item is speaking of things that are, coming up for uh, uh, sales. It is coming up to be Black Friday. So there's a bunch of
Mhm.
deals you need to worry about. First one is sorry, still struggling. Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is 40% off on battle.net
That's
if
a
you're interested. And this is all all versions of it.
that's a big
Um,
discount for a game that came out 6 months ago.
right. So the Ultimate Edition, which is normally $99 or $100, is 59 60. Oh, I'm not going to count pennies. Normally 100. It's on sale for 60. The Digital Deluxe Edition, which is normally 90, is on sale for 54. The Standard Edition, which is normally 70, is on sale for 42. And in addition to the sale, you can earn bonus XP and gold during the Mother's Blessing Week, which is November 20th through 27th, which does encompass Black Friday and Thanksgiving and everything else. You get a 35% increase on XP and gold in both the seasonal and eternal realms for all world tiers. So it's a good time if you're going to start to play. It's a great time to do it. It gives you a bit of a head start, being able to get an extra, 35% XP for playing. So if you're interested, head on over to battle.net for a probably what's going to be the best discount of the year so far on Diablo 4. The other thing to keep in mind, Nick, you were talking about there was some game that you wanted that was you waiting for a game to go on sale. That just won't go on sale.
Mhm.
I forget. It was before we started. You had said that.
Oh, I was looking at Steam, and I guess like the Steam Black Friday sale hasn't started yet because nothing on my wish list was.
Autumn
Oh,
sale starts November 21st. Starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're in the UK, that is 6 p.m. in the UK. The sale's going to last through November 28th. So that does cover both Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So, lots of things on sale. It's the autumn sale. It's going to be, as it always is, huge discounts on a lot of things. So, you might want to go through your wish list and check it. Make sure that everything that you are interested in is on your wish list, and do some very frequent looking because, of course, they have hourly deals throughout the whole thing. But some of the things that we know that are going to be on discount is Hunt Showdown, Terraria, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. It's time to get into Bannerlord if you haven't already. Hitman 3, Elder Scrolls Online, American Truck Simulator, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sons of the Forest. Ooh, Sons of the Forest, Nick.
I never,
Isn't that a game
went,
we wanted to play together?
yeah, I would play that.
Okay.
I
Subnautica,
very good.
Deep Rock Galactic, another one that I've actually been really interested in. F123, one of the nominees for the best racing game of the year.
Yeah.
Starfield, Valheim, another game I'm very interested in. Last of Us Part 1 and RimWorld. We know those for sure are going to be on sale. Don't know what percentage, don't know the details, but I know that those are going to be on sale. Also, this sale is going to mark the beginning of the voting season for the Steam Awards. So beginning on November 21st, you can start nominating your favorite games for Game of the Year, or 10 other categories that are going to be available. And if you vote or if you nominate, you get a badge. So I want to go do that, even just if only to get the badge.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I think it's always neat to see what the Steam awards are, because they always exclude the console exclusives, obviously, right?
yeah,
So there's going to be no Spider-Man,
yeah,
no Zelda.
yeah, yep, exactly. So you're going to see a whole. It's a nice contrast to see from the other,
Yeah,
from the
I
other
think
games.
you can see smaller, weirder games given a chance
Yeah,
to slip up,
yep.
get seen.
So yeah, and so now's your opportunity to vote your favorite PC games. Also, we do have as usual, our PS Plus games, free games for November. Of course, they're letting us know in the middle of November what they're going to be, because they tend to go, mid-November to mid-November, because their October's usually in their October announcements usually entail going into half of November.
Mm,
So their
and
November
this
releases talk about going into half November through December.
and this is for the Game Pass equivalent, right? Not the here's your monthly free games if you subscribe to the base tier.
No, this is PS Plus for the extra and the premium tiers.
Okay. I always What's the name of the lowest tier? I always fucking forget these names.
Basic? I
It's
don't
so
know.
bad.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh, is
So,
it it's essentials. I think it's essential.
essential. Yeah.
Which get the essential tier, it's the lowest.
Yeah. It's
It's
just the
es-
essential.
it's essential, but it's the cheapest. God. It's so anyways, continue.
So, we've got Teardown for the PS5,
That just came out, I think.
Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, and Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost On for the PS4, and Dead Island Riptide.
Oh, I don't know. Watch out for that. They're trying to trick you. That's
Why?
that's not Dead Island 2. That's the Dead Island 2 before Dead Island 2.
Yeah, it's Dead Island 1.5.
Yeah.
For PS4 and PS5, Superliminal,
That was a cool puzzle game. Yeah.
Eluden Chronicle Rising,
Hmm.
PS4, Nobunaga's Ambition, which is the 15th entry of the historical simulation series,
Okay.
and River City Melee Mach for PS4.
Hmm.
The premium classics, so this is for the premium owners, are Grandia, Jet Moto, Up, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series for the PS4 and the PS5, and the PS2 classic Parappa the Rapper for 2 for the PS4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Get
Yeah.
Parappa
So,
in there.
yeah, I don't know if it's worth all that extra money, but hey, you do you.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Um,
speaking of sales, I was browsing the Xbox sale
mhm,
online,
mhm,
and as you know, Redfall came out earlier this year to some slight criticism. How
mhm.
much do you think Redfall is on sale for?
Oh, what was it originally? It was a
Seven,
$60 game.
70.
Oh, it was a $70 game.
Yeah.
25 bucks.
Lower.
No!
It is on sale for 75% off, which totals to $18.
Under $20 for Redfall.
Yeah, for a game that came out 6 months ago.
Where is this? This is on sale for that?
Xbox. I'm on the Xbox store, xbox.com. I'm trying to
Looking
see
it up right now.
when did it release? Description. I can't see. But
Well, you could
yeah,
just Wikipedia it. Yeah.
I could.
Release date 5/1/2023.
Okay, yeah, almost exactly 6 months ago.
Let's see. Yep, there it is. And that's not it. Sorry. On the wrong tab. There we go.
So
And there's the price right there. $17.49.
if you were curious about what it was all about, what the whole hubbub of Redfall was about, here's your chance to get in for a low price. Well, actually, wait, it's on Game Pass. I forgot about that.
It's on Game Pass.
But if you happen to want to own it, it's very cheap.
On sale, save $52.50.
That's a whole game right there.
It is. Yeah. But the Bite Back edition is still $100.
Yeah. What is the bite back? The Redfall? What is that?
Uh, Redfall Hero Pass with 2 future heroes, laser beam, multi-weapon skin, tactical knife, stake weapon attachment, Northern Expedition Defender outfit, Eyes of the Dark Jacob outfit, War Clothes Layla outfit, Engineer Volunteer Remy outfit.
It's just a bunch of digital junk.
Digital junk. But okay, so if you buy the Bite Back edition, it's $100, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
you buy the game and the additional content, it's $40. $47.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that buys that is an absolute sucker right now. Absolute sucker. So yeah, I mean, even at that price, it's still not worth it.
Yeah.
It's unplayable. It's an unplayable game. That's
But
it.
there's a lot of good games that are on sale. It's been a good year for games, so this is definitely the time to like stock
Yeah,
up.
yeah. In fact, I think that Redfall would have taken far more hate had it not been for Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2027 was such a horrific, um, under overpromise, underdeliver that it
Mm-hmm.
made everybody immune to what happened with Redfall. Because what Redfall was I think a worse overpromise, underdeliver. because they delivered exactly what they intended to deliver. Cyberpunk 2077, it was a huge fuck up. Redfall wasn't a huge fuck up. They delivered it with a straight face, thinking that this was a good idea.
Mhm.
And that makes it worse, in my opinion, than
Which,
Cyberpunk.
from everything I've read, the Cyberpunk DLC, the Phantom Liberty, like, I I'm tempted to get that game because
It
I've
was
heard
it
that
was
it
nominated. It was
Yeah,
nominated for some game awards. It's
yeah,
actually really quite good.
because, like, not only is the DLC good, but it retroactively changes a whole bunch about the base game that basically makes it the game it was intended to be.
Yeah. AC Ray said Redfall was bad on all platforms. Cyberpunk 2077 had a decent but not great PC release.
That's
Exactly.
true. Yeah, the launch horror was for, like, the
For the consoles.
Xbox One? Yeah, Xbox One,
Yeah.
and PS4
Right.
versions.
But even so, that comes down to the fact that Cyberpunk 2077's release fuck ups were a mistake. Redfall's
Yeah.
fuck ups were intentional. They thought that was a good game and just released it.
So
This is what they intended to release. So,
I don't know how many
well,
people thought it was a good game, but it was definitely one of those, like, well, just release it.
just release it.
Mhm.
Exactly. This was finished.
Yeah,
This
is
was
it
a finished game, where Cyberpunk was not a finished game.
yeah. It's
And
like,
they
is it
continued to
good?
finish it, where there's no finishing on Redfall. Redfall is what Redfall is.
Yeah,
It's done.
no.
This is
I
it.
I think they've, Arcane has moved on from Redfall.
Yeah, yeah.
For
I
for
think that
good.
also
Like
it needed to happen, that somebody needed to release a game that was finished, that was a bad idea because they tried to throw this live service bullshit into it.
mhm.
That, um, well, we'll actually, moving on to that, that brings up a good point. Actually, Chunderbox says, pre-ordered Cyberpunk, still haven't played it. Hang my head in shame.
Wait, you mean pre-ordered it originally? Like, way back when?
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
I mean
Oh.
look, like, now's the time to play it.
Now is the time. It's
So
finally you did yourself a favor by not ever playing it, so that now you can not be disappointed.
yeah, exactly.
Um, but getting on to the whole, like, why Redfall was bad, and, how that this was, like, the beginning as of the death knells of live service. Um, let's see, I I knew I put this in there. Hold on.
Okay, hang on. I gotta
I guess I didn't write
just write down
a headline for it. Stand by. I've got it. I know I made the notes for it, but I must not have put it on there.
okay.
It's bad news for others, good news for you. I just have to find it now.
I'm curious what this story
No,
is.
I know I wrote this. I know I wrote this. Did I not save it?
I
I
when
must
I
not
was
have saved it.
when I was writing my news banners, I deleted everything that was there before under my name. I don't know if
Maybe
maybe it
I
was
didn't
in
actually
there.
save it. All right, let me find out. Hold on, I have to find it. Yeah, I missed a bunch of stuff. This is what happens when I screw up. Let's see. I can't have deleted it.
Well, what is it? Can you just put it back in?
I
You can just
can't
retype
remember
it.
what it was. It was one of the games that they decided that they were going to not have be live action, and that they are a free to play. And let me see if I can look up free to play. There
Oh,
we go.
wait, I
Alan
think
Wake 2. Yeah, that's what it was. Alan Wake 2.
no, it was, the other game from Remedy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I remember something. They said that
Vanguard, a multiplayer game that they had codenamed Vanguard.
yeah.
They announced that it was supposed to be a free-to-play live action, and then there was this announcement or this memo that went out. I don't know if it was internally or externally. Oh, it went out to Remedy's investors. Remedy said that they're no longer making it free to play, codename Vanguard. It has now been renamed codename Kestrel, and it is coming out as a premium game with strong cooperative multiplayer component. So essentially, they have read the writing on the wall and realized that nobody wants free to play live action games. There's been enough horrible failures of better studios than they are making solid games that have met nothing but crickets on release because of
Mhm.
that. And they have decided to rethink rethink Vanguard and decided to backtrack and now make it Kestrel and make it a premier game.
Yeah,
Multiplayer.
just make it a
What we want.
multiplayer
What we
game.
want to play.
Yeah. It's just a good multiplayer game without all the live action,
Yep.
the live service bullshit.
Yeah. They said that due to uncertainties in creating a successful game, due to the rapidly changing free-to-play market and associated risks, the parties have discussed a new direction for the game project, which has now become codename Kestrel.
And I just can't help but think of last week when the WB CEO was like, "We're doubling down. We're making more live service games."
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of WB, you had to bring that up.
Ah, yes.
Ah, the WB tax dodge. This has not gone over well. So, if you weren't aware, Warner Brothers WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery. They were working on a television or a movie. I guess a
I
movie.
think it's a movie, yeah.
Yeah, movie. A kind of an interactive movie.
No, I think it was just a movie. It
Just a
was a
movie.
movie that incorporated animation and live action in
Right.
the same
Okay.
way that, like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit did.
Got it. And it was called Coyote versus Acme. The film completely done. It was a live action CG hybrid film starring John Cena. Completely filmed, almost completely done, almost totally in the can, ready for release. And Warner Brothers announced last week that it is going to shelve it. AKA Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt, like they did last year.
I mean,
Um,
at least
and
those movies were, like, mostly unfinished and had not been test screened.
yep.
Like,
And this film had been test screened and
yeah,
was testing in the 90s across multiple audience
like, it was
tests.
doing
It
great.
was doing good. It was looking like a really good movie, but they scrapped it to save money on taxes. So, Batgirl came with its own problems. The Scoob Holiday Haunt kind of met with like, meh, we don't like this, but meh.
Mhm.
This one, people noticed, and big people noticed. The backlash was immediate, with many across the internet, including people that had worked on the film, expressing more than a little irritation that they had worked on this film, finished this film, tested this film, and was getting scrapped for tax reasons. And it also got the attention of one member of Congress, namely Joaquin Castro, who is a representative, and he put up on his Twitter. In fact, this hopefully might be the end of it. The Warner Brother digital tactic of scrapping fully made films for tax breaks is predatory and anti-competitive. As the Justice Department and the FTC revise their antitrust guidelines, they should review this conduct. As someone remarked, it's like burning down a building for the insurance money, and he's not wrong.
Yeah. When you put it in that context, I think that helps
Yeah.
like solidify and clarify the
They
frustration
make a
people
movie
have.
in order to destroy it. They buy a building just to burn it down
Mhm.
so that they can save money elsewhere or make money in other ways. That's not okay. It is absolutely anti-competitive. It is taking advantage of a big, fat, stupid tax loophole that do I blame them for taking advantage of it? Yes and no. No, I mean, it's a loophole. They're gonna take advantage of it. But then again, it also is kind of shitty to make a bunch of people work on a movie, to put their heart and sweat into something only to can it and shelve it.
Yeah, and like with a Batgirl at least. I think with Scoob it was like
Yeah, there were
uh,
arguably maybe some other
I
reasons why
think
they didn't want to pursue that
like
those
I think
directions.
I think Scoob was like halfway through development. And
Mhm.
with Batgirl, they at least had claimed, "Oh, like, internally, we tested it, and it wasn't doing very well." It looked like a, TV movie, right? We didn't wanna
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
But with this one, you've had enough people say, "No, wait, it was a good movie."
Yeah,
That
and you have proof. You have actual, like, verifiable proof because it was scoring in the 90s with test audiences.
Yeah, and so, like, all their previous excuses for canceling it don't apply to this one.
No, it's clearly it's kind of like, "Oh, we got away with it the last few times. What are they gonna do?"
Yeah,
It's like parking illegally. It's like, they didn't pop me for a ticket the last 2 times I did it. I'm just gonna park my semi truck here." It's like, "N yeah, no.
yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna make us change some laws, guys.
And it
You
also
pushed it just a wee bit too far."
it's also mind-boggling that they chose to do this because, like, 30 million is not a whole lot of savings in the grand scheme of things, and did they really not expect that they could make that back by releasing it? And
Mhm.
also, like, when you do this to a movie that is apparently testing really, really well, that makes people question your ability to release any movie.
Right.
Which means, like, why would anyone go work for Warner Brothers at this
Right.
point? When there's a
Right.
like, now you've just got this anvil, this guillotine hanging over your head of, like, what's Zaslav gonna do now?
Right. And imagine, like, "Hey, congratulations, you're a budding actor or actress. You got your first leading role
Yeah,
in a movie at Warner Brothers that you aren't even sure after it's filmed, after everything, that it actually might release. You don't even know if it's gonna release until the day it releases because they could just decide to just scrap it because you were a tax break."
yeah. I hope that there's, like, a long-term, consequences for people just not wanting to work with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, true. Well, the thing is that big names will always wanna work with them because they know if big names, because John Cena, I mean,
I mean,
he's a big
no
name, but he's a B-list name when it comes to movies.
no, John Cena's fucking huge.
He's huge, but he's not A-list movie, like Oscar award-winning movie,
I guess.
absolute surefire money in the
I
bank. He's
mean,
not Tom
sure,
Cruise.
sure. But I do know, like, um, Christopher Nolan used to make all of his movies through Warner Brothers. When they released all everything to Max during the pandemic, he got so pissed off. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm not working with you ever again." Oppenheimer was produced by Paramount, so
Mhm,
like they've already lost one of the biggest directors that they kind of had an exclusive handshake deal with. Like, to be the people that produce Christopher Nolan's movie to now not being those people,
mhm.
like, that's a big loss.
It's funny that you mentioned Christopher Nolan, and I did not write another headline for this because I totally missed it. Speaking of Christopher Nolan, way to walk into a great segue, 2 great segues, thank you very much. Paprika, you familiar with it?
Yeah, the anime movie?
Yes, the anime movie that is would say that Christopher Nolan might have borrowed just a little bit more than borrowing from in order to make Inception.
No, I would not say that. They're both movies about going into dream worlds, but you know what? There's a lot of movies about going into dream worlds.
Have you seen Paprika?
I've seen parts of it.
Well, good news. It's currently available to watch for free on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Pretty much everywhere. It's available in the United States. Um, uh, but let's see. I should say it's pretty much everywhere with the exception of the UK or Mexico. UK and Mexico is not available, but on YouTube right now, Paprika is available to watch for free. It was originally released in 2006.
Hmm.
Um, it was the final feature film from Satoshi Kon, who was known for Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and Tokyo Godfathers, and the series, one of my favorite series of all time, Paranoia Agent. Love Paranoia Agent.
I think they did a reboot of that fairly
Yeah,
recently.
yeah. Anyway, um, it is about essentially going into a dream space. It's about a doctor, a psychiatric researcher who treats patients by going into their dreams through an alter ego named Paprika, and they ends up having kind of like a fight or at least a conflict with a dream terrorist that's attempting to kill people in their dreams. Now, a lot of people say that there's some similarities, some actually even saying, and according to some, I have not seen, to be honest, either. But the some do say that there's almost in some cases wholesale copying of Paprika, even like shot for shot. So Nolan did mention once in a French film site that he got inspiration from Paprika, and then that interview disappeared off the internet. So take that as you will. But if you liked Inception, you might want to check out Paprika. It may or may not be the grandparent slash older sister slash twin slash
Here,
victim of theft.
I found this really good quick clip on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share the screen. Can I make this bigger?
Yes,
Oops.
if you should be able to. Can you
Oh,
click on it?
no, I can't. But how well can you see that?
If you click control and scroll your scroll wheel forward. Oh, that's right. You can't do that because you don't have that anymore.
Oh, wait, I think I can. I just need to get the cat off of me so I can get two hands. Oh, no, control scrolling is not working. But you can kind of see there's there's a hallway scene. There's a glass shattering, has like a mirror on the street shatters scene.
Let's see. I'm pulling up a YouTube video. Stand by.
Okay, that was the first thing that popped up on my search.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Come on. All right. So this is Paprika. All right. All right.
Eh.
Uh, now, actually, all right. So yeah, this does strike me. Yeah, this does strike me. I mean, considering that these are not like a live action version of the same film, these are actually two different things. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Why people
I
would say
mean,
that there's definitely some heavy, let's just say, borrowing of
I
concepts.
I can see looking at that hallway fight and looking at that hallway scene and going, "Oh, that's neat. I want to turn that into a fight scene." Because
Hmm.
in Paprika that hallway was not a fight.
Right.
Um but then I don't know, putting your hand up and having it shatter, that's
The fact
That's
that
a
it's
that's a
also
hard.
considering it's a very similar topic, very similar story, and then very similar scenes.
I mean, the thing
A little
is,
too similars. A little
like,
too many. I
yes and
what I'm
no.
gonna do over
If you
Thanksgiving, since I'm not going anywhere for Thanksgiving, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch Paprika and then I'm gonna watch Inception, and I'll let you.
okay,
I'll make my
okay,
own opinion.
okay. I'm
Watch
I'm
them back to
saying
back.
I'm saying if you take ideas with similar concepts, I think it's natural to come up with some similar ideas.
Hmm.
Dreamworld's like, yeah, there's a lot
Oh,
of
the
stuff you can do with
synergy.
Dreamworld.
There's another way to put it. Synergy of Inception and Paprika.
Oh, Film School Rejects. That's generally a good site. They
It's
don't
very good site.
they don't do anything anymore.
Mm,
But they were good while they were up.
yeah. So anyway, Paprika available for free to watch on YouTube unless you live in Mexico or the UK. All right. So next item.
Next item. Uh, there's been a lot of talk about consolidation in the industry. And a lot of people have talked about Sega
Hmm.
specifically.
Hmm.
I think when we saw a lot of those internal Microsoft documents come out about the Activision purchase,
Hmm.
there was some notes there about buying Sega. Um, just recently in an interview, Sega's chief operating officer commented on the possibility by saying, many companies are interested. We feel honored. We have attractive IPs and potentials. Companies owned by the owner, a strong owner. I don't think that kind of transaction is going to happen. Basically saying, thanks, but no thanks. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's I don't
well,
blame them.
yeah, we're honored for that, but Sega is actually in a pretty good financial position right now. Like they're not,
For the first time in a really, really, really long
yeah,
time. I don't
they,
blame them for not wanting to bail now either.
yeah, like they had to cancel. Oh, AC Wraith, you read my mind. We were talking about dream movies. I was thinking of The Cell, and he brought up that movie. That is a. I like that movie. I don't know if it's a good movie. I don't know how well it holds up, but I kind of love that movie. It's so
Trying to
fucking.
remember what I thought the cell was about people trying to essentially escape this matrix of rooms. Or is that the room?
No, that's The Cube.
The cube. Sorry.
The Cell is about a lady that goes into the mind of a serial killer in order to try to find out where he hid his latest kidnapped victim. Right? He
Oh.
kidnaps people and hangs on to them and kills them. Apparently something happens, he gets put into a coma, but there's still some girl missing that's not yet dead. So let's
Mhm.
go into his mind and try to find evidence of where she is. Is it a good movie? I don't know, but it's like really good, trippy, schlocky horror.
There's something to be said for that. What was the name of that horror movie that you made me watch that was about the horror movie about the horror movie?
Oh, One Cut of the Dead?
Was it One Cut of the Dead?
Yeah. The zombie
Such a
one?
Yeah, about the
Yeah.
zombie film about the zombie film.
Yeah. I know. That was so good.
Such a good film. Such a good film. The more I think about that film, the more I like that film. I should
Okay.
watch that again.
Next time we meet, tell that to Rachel so that I can convince her to watch a zombie movie.
That's the zombie movie you wanna watch, 'cause
Hmm.
well, yes, you know me, I can't watch zombie movies because they get into my head and then I dream about them and I have nightmares.
Hmm.
That was a zombie movie that was well worth it.
Yeah.
Well worth it, and I didn't have nightmares from it. Such a good movie. If you have not watched if you wanna really watch a really, really, really good zombie movie over the weekend or over the week, like, that's how you wanna do your Thanksgiving,
Ha.
One Cut of the Dead is a great Thanksgiving film.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I need to start watching like some James Bond movies.
Why?
I always watched Bond movies over Thanksgiving growing up because like TBS would always have a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got to take my Blu-rays out of the closet and
Yeah,
check it out.
my big TBS marathon is TBS. In fact, I still think they still do it on Christmas Eve. Plays A Christmas
Mm,
Story 24 hours
hmm.
over and over and over again for 24 hours, and I watch all 24 hours if I can.
Wow.
I love that movie. I can practically recite that movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I love that movie. I told you that that was one of my that I put that as a joke as one on when I was getting married. I put it as a joke on my uh
The registry?
registry, a gift registry, and I got 5 copies. I didn't think anybody'd actually buy it. I put that and Young Frankenstein, and I got 5 copies of both.
That's that's weird that it's the exact same number.
Yeah, because everybody bought like both because they're like, oh yeah, cool. Neither one of them are very expensive. They're both like even back then were both bargain basement like clearance sale DVDs, and this is back in DVDs, not even Blu-ray days. This is DVD
Mhm.
days. So they were clearance sale DVDs. So they were like hey, $20 and we're off the hook. So like 5 different people spent $20. One of them put it in a gift basket.
Okay, okay.
They
They
had a
went the
gift
extra
basket
mile.
with the glasses and some other stuff, and then the two DVDs, and I'm like, "Really? Somebody actually bought that?" And then I realized, "Oh, yeah, 4 other people did too." So, yeah, no, I love that film. I love that film.
I like AC right there too, saying TBS celebrating the false gathering of pilgrims and indigenous people with tales of the mother country. Yes, let's celebrate
Yeah,
American Thanksgiving by watching tales about British spies.
exactly. Anyway, so,
Yes,
let's see,
Sega's not for
what
sale. Sega
yeah,
likes
Sega's
how
not
they're doing well.
Hey, you want some good news for Thanksgiving? Something to be thankful for? Something to, like, warm the cockles of your heart around the dining room table? Um Half-Life has turned 25 this year. Can you believe it? Half-Life is not only old enough now to drink, it's also old enough to rent a car on its own without its parent co-signing. But
Hmm.
in celebration of that, I mean, a freaking quarter century ago, it's crazy to think that it's been a quarter of a century since Half-Life came out.
And that's the original Half-Life, right? Not 2.
Original Half-Life, right?
Mm.
To celebrate, Valve gave it an update. If you can believe that. So the
What did
update
they
had
update?
extra content. They have a mini campaign Half-Life uplink, originally released as a CD exclusive for magazines and hardware manufacturers.
Oh, wow.
They have added that. It also comes with 4 new multiplayer maps built by Valve level designers. The maps are Contamination, Pool Party, Disposal, and Rocket Frenzy. Other restored content include multiplayer maps like Double Cross, Rust Mill, and ZenDM, alongside 2 multiplayer models from the Half-Life Further data CD. And it also includes the Too Much Coffee Man. You can get a copy of it, even better, free copy of Half-Life on Steam through November 20th. So you got till tomorrow to pick up your free digital copy of Half-Life plus all this extra content celebrating 25 years of Half-Life. There's no excuse now to not check it out. So go to Steam, pick up your free copy of Half-Life Plus. I guess we'll call it that.
Also, Half-Life 2 is on sale for $1. In fact,
Also not a reason.
all the Half-Life episodes are also $1.
Really. Yeah, now's the time to go and pick up your Half-Life stuff. So there
Yeah.
you go. I love the fact that it's like, um content that was originally made for like hardware manufacturers and magazine subscribers.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
so 25 years ago.
It really is. Hey! I will cut off your paws.
No, you won't. He
Don't
knows you're
tell
lying.
don't tell him that.
He knows you're lying. All right. Next item.
Uh, hey,
Hey,
did you like The Last of Us? Did you
yes.
like The Last of Us remastered? Did you like The Last of Us Part 1, which was a remaster of The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Because The Last of Us 2 is now getting
Getting
a
a remaster.
remastered, which would make this video game series that has 2 entries. This would be the 5th game in the series with 2 entries.
Way to work it, guys. Way to work it, It's Remedy, right? Remedy.
No, Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog. Yeah, way to work it, Naughty Dog.
Yep.
Just churn that
They
fucker until it's dead.
they
That
found
horse is not dead. Keep beating it.
they found the golden goose.
They really, really did.
Which is
I don't know. At a
which
certain
is
point, it's good. People are going to give up and stop buying. Like it.
and like it's crazy to me because I I can't remember, and I guess The Last of Us Part 2 did come out on PS4, which is
Mhm.
weird to think about. Because
Yeah.
I thought it was so it was a game that had such good graphics at the time that to remaster it, it's like, do you really need a remaster?
Right. Right. Right.
But hey, look, The Last of Us Part 1 had a remaster. Last of Us Part 2 is gonna get a remaster. And you know what? When the PlayStation 6 comes out, you're gonna get a Last of Us 1 and 2.
Remaster, remastered, remastered.
Mm-hmm.
The remaster of the remasters remaster.
Mm-hmm. The
Ookie Bookie Spelunky
remaster.
needs to be remastered, I think.
You're right. I think it does. It needs
We
to
need
come
an
out
Ookie
on.
Bookie.
There's no PS5 version of Oogie Boogie Spelunky.
There isn't. There isn't
Mm-hmm.
even a PS4 version. So we really have to we have to we have to write it for the PS1 and then
Mm,
remaster it for the PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5.
yeah. Oh no. We'll remaster it for PS2. We'll remake it for PS3. We'll reboot it for PS4, and then
We'll
fuck.
remaster it again
Yeah,
so that it will be the remaster, reboot.
the
Let's see,
remaster
remaster,
of the
remake,
reboot.
reboot, remaster.
Yeah, the remaster of the rebooted remake. Yeah, I
Ookie Bookie Spelunky. It really, truly is going to be a legendary game when it comes out.
Oh yeah, it's already a legendary game. Oogie Boogie Spelunky is the game that keeps on giving.
It is. It is. We've been talking about it for years. One of these days, we're actually going to make Ookie Bookie Spelunky.
Mhm.
We have to go back and look at all of the notes of all the ideas that we had about Ookie Bookie Spelunky because I don't even remember what Ookie Bookie Spelunky is anymore, other than it being a gray block
Yeah, I remember it was a block pushing game. It involved a
block
lot of
pushing
block
game.
pushing game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I just remember that that was also going to be the the remake. No, the DLC was going to be Ookie Bookie Spelunky the Rebookening.
Mm. Okay. AC Wraith, are you noting this down? We're gonna need to come back to these notes in about 5 years.
Anyway, what were you talking about? You were talking about
Last of Us. Last of Us getting
Last of Us.
remastered. Apparently, they sell well enough that they're doing it. It's
You
just
know what this reminds me
yeah.
of? And this is going to totally date me, but then again, I'm also almost 60, so everything dates me. Um, Back in the day, when I was in like junior high school, there was this thing that if you there was this recording, this really, really, really shitty recording that someone made of the Beatles, like made on like a reel to reel, like I don't know what they recorded it on, but it was made at not the Cavern Club, but it was made in like when they were playing in Germany. Before the Beatles became like huge, they played
Mhm.
for a long time in Germany
Hmm.
in like adult clubs, right? They were just kind of like the background band to all the new dancers. Someone had a recording of that, and it was unfucking listenable. It was you couldn't hear shit. You could hear music in the background. You hadn't. It wasn't the Beatles. They were not even the Beatles at that point. They had none of their own songs. They were just playing whatever, and it was just not the Beatles that you knew and loved. Someone got a hold of that tape and I guess just kept releasing albums of that recording under different names of like newly discovered, first listen. So people that were Beatles fans kept on buying, like, oh my God, like, hey, look
Like
at
what?
this. I found this like new Beatles song, like this deep, unheard of track, and it was the same fucking one, and you'd only buy it back in the days when we had records. You'd buy the record, you get it home, you put it on, and be like, "God damn it, it's that same fucking one I bought last time." They kept on releasing it under different names, and anybody who was a Beatles fan got caught at least twice or three times on that one. So that's what Last of Us is becoming. Like it's you just keep buying the new one, and it's like, God damn it, it's the same fucking game. It hasn't changed. It keeps on saying it's different, but it's not. It's the same game. I
I,
can't tell the difference.
I saw a new Last of Us game came out. Yeah, no, that's the same game they
That's the
released.
same game as like four games ago. It's the same
Hmm.
game. Anyway, all right. I don't think have. Do I have one more?
I've
Yeah, I
got
only
I've got
have really one. I only have one. I'm just gonna. It's been going so long. I only really have one more. And it's a fun one. It's a good way to
okay.
end. So hit whatever you've got, and then I'll end with mine because mine's a cool, fun one.
Okay, I've got one sad one and one like interesting discussion one.
Okay.
Sad one is that Night in the Woods came out several years ago and was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
The follow up to it was announced in 2017. No, was announced a couple years ago called Revenant Hills. That game, unfortunately, is now canceled due to the health of the developers.
Oh
I guess
no.
they have a really small development team, and one of their members has gotten very sick. And yeah, they in a
Hmm.
statement that they tweeted out, um, the writer and artist Scott Benson said, "Eventually, I was diagnosed with severe heart failure. It will continue to greatly limit me for the foreseeable future, and as such, I've had to stop working in the manner I once did." And so, because the game is
Benton.
uh, Benson,
Oh,
Scott Ben
Benson. Okay.
Benson,
Because I
yeah.
was like, wait a minute, Scott Benton is the journalist, and okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah, but I guess him and his partner co-wrote Night in the Woods together, and so losing him is kind of losing one of the major voices of that game. And for what it's worth, like he's still alive. He's just sick and cannot put in the same amount of time and effort that he could previously. And so in order to preserve his health and like not force him to want to work, the developer, I forget their name, but they've ended development of Revenant Hill.
That's a
So
shame.
yeah, very
Yeah.
disappointing because
Night in
Night
the
in the
Woods was
Woods,
wonderful.
it was so good and it was so well written too. And so I understand canceling the game if your writer leaves when the writing is kind of one of the big distinguishing factors of the game.
Right, right. And especially when, yeah, I mean, and bully for him for making the decision, the difficult decision to leave for his own health.
Hmm.
So, but still, it's hard to hear, especially when it's someone who is still talented, still has a lot to give, everybody really wants a follow-up to that. Everybody was looking forward to the follow-up to that, and then to have it be a health condition that's awful.
Yeah.
Alright, so cheer me up with the better one.
Okay, in slightly funner news,
Mhm.
Nintendo has announced that it is going to make a Legend of Zelda movie. Which
This surprises no one.
what did surprise people is that they said it's going to be live action.
Also doesn't surprise me.
See, I think it does because the animated movie made sense with Mario. Live action Legend of Zelda,
I think
like
that will work.
Link is the
Uh-oh, did we lose Nick? We lost Nick. Either we lost Nick or I
Oh,
lost you.
am I
Nick, are
here?
you there? Okay,
I'm
there you
here.
go. Yeah, you froze up there for a second. You
Okay.
said live action is the and that was all we heard.
Oh, Link is like the classic silent protagonist in a video game. But if you cast a real person, he's got to talk. And I remember the last time Link talked was this animated series when so fuck, I've got to find this clip.
Let's see if I can find it. Does anybody remember the name of the live action series in the chat room? Was it anime you said? Nick? Oh, we've lost Nick again.
What?
We lost you again. Is it me? Okay, guys, in the chat room, is it me locking up or is it Nick locking up? And Eric Baker says the Mario movie was really good. They should stick with that format. Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I believe
Uh-oh. Nick, did you put a quarter in the internet machine? Did you remember to fill it up with gas? Nick, are you in back? Okay,
yes,
Nick
yeah, I
is
can hear
locking up.
you.
Yeah.
I think it is me. I've got a little Wi-Fi notice on my
Yep. 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 Oh, yeah. This is not good. Nick, I don't know if you can hear me, but you are practically like watchable at this point. We're getting maybe 1 second of you back, and then you go out again.
Can you hear me? Am I here? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Hi.
yes.
Very
Hi.
brief time. I can see you. I'm still alive. Don't
Okay,
worry.
good. All right.
Am I still here?
You're still here. That's the longest you've been.
It is.
Yes, you're very, very bad resolution, but you're here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting although the Wi-Fi signal I'm getting says your connection is fairly good.
Yeah, all
And
right.
then
It's
and then
come
it
back.
keeps dropping.
It seems to keep coming back. All right.
Okay.
Somebody went and put another quarter in the internet machine again, I guess.
Okay.
Chaos says you should pay the extra minutes plan for your hotspot. Sorry, I forgot to
um
mute that time. Anyway, you were saying,
yes, I'm going to try to share this.
hold on a second. No, you don't share. Don't you share. You stop sharing. I've got something. Hopefully this will make it better. I've got it. You take it off. Goodbye. You remove that.
Okay. Okay.
No. We're not pushing it. I've got it here. We'll be fine. I am turning up the volume so you can hear it. Hopefully
Go
you will all be
to
able to hear it. I've already
go
got it.
to
I've already got it. I'm already here. It's good.
Okay. I think it was 1:30 is the classic line.
It's right here. This one
Yeah.
at 1 minute 30.
Oh, I don't know if that was that one. Just hit
Yeah.
play. I think that's
Hey, excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me,
I
princess.
want this to be the Zelda.
Excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me. Excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me, princess. Well,
I guess
excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess.
Oh my god, it's
Well,
such a 90s.
excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me again, princess. Excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse
I
me, princess.
I guess that's. I mean, this goes on. This goes on for 2 minutes. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You've muted. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
goes
I
on
just
for 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 80s. This is 80s. Yeah, that's God, that is such a time
Yeah, but
capsule.
all of everything in the 80s was bad. So you cannot hold Talking Link against Link
No, what I'm saying
because
is
80s. That's right there. That was the worst time. That was the Great Depression of animation. Like
I don't
even
know.
good
I think
Japanese
there's
anime was bad at that point when it got to the United States.
I feel like well, I guess yeah, dubbing.
Yeah, no, like even the Super Friends was bad at that time. Anime didn't
Yeah.
start getting good until the 90s.
So that's
I
basically
should
what
say
I think
here
about.
for the United States.
Mhm. So yeah, they're making a live action Zelda. That's what I expect from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, excuse me, Nick.
I think it also doesn't help. Let me see. What is this? They already have a director attached with
Yeah.
nothing else, and it's Wes Ball, who is like not really someone that you know about. He made the Maze Runner trilogy and has directed the 2024 Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which might be interesting because like those
Ugh.
the past Planet of the Apes movies were directed by Matt Reeves, who's like really fucking good. And he
Mhm.
put his stamp on those movies that like that trilogy, the Planet of the Apes trilogy, high quality. Like genuinely really fucking good. This is their attempt to keep it going. And so it's not
Yeah.
quite clear. He's
This guy is
like the thing is, I don't want to say he's bad, and he's not bad.
no, he's
I've
just
seen it.
untested, really untested.
He's kind of a journeyman, right? He's kind of an everyman director. Just someone
Yeah.
that you
I
hire for
mean,
a name.
he did previously on ER. Come on.
And I think the other thing that made people a little wary is that the producer is Avi Arad. Yeah, Avi Arad.
He was the producer on untitled underwater Jason Eisner film announced.
Who's Jason
Interesting.
Eisner? But yeah, Avi Arad is he's been a longtime producer in Hollywood, but he's been a longtime producer who's kind of like got his name attached to a lot of mediocre stuff,
Mhm.
a lot of good things, but then even more mediocre things. So it's like, oh,
Another journeyman.
is
Just kinda guy.
is he the guy you want producing a live action Zelda movie, or is he the
No.
type of guy who's like IP? Let's make the most generic shit. That's it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, this does not bode well.
Yeah.
Really doesn't bode well. So, I'm
Well,
sorry, Zelda fans. Nintendo is gonna Nintendo you.
mhm. At the very
Um,
least, we'll
and
get
you're gonna buy it, whether it's good or not. They know you're gonna buy it. This is
not necessarily.
oh yes, they will. They're all gonna go at least once. And then they're gonna turn it into a cult hit. The only way that they could piss them off is to make it bad, but if they make it so bad, then it becomes a cult hit.
Ooh, you could do a double feature with the Super Mario Brothers movie and Legend of Zelda.
See? You're
Oh,
already thinking like a capitalist.
see, you know what? You know what? At least the Super Mario Brothers movie had a vision. Was it the original one, the original live action one with Bob Hoskins and
Oh,
John
yeah.
Leguizamo
John
and Dennis Hopper?
Leguizamo. Oh god.
I mean, is that movie good? No, but that movie has a vision.
Oh, yeah.
That
Is that movie good? No. Is it art? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely art. All
God,
right.
I should watch
So
that again. we should watch that together.
we should. And then I can take some it wasn't Halcyon. What did I take? What was the sleep? Oh, Ambien. I can take Ambien and a margarita like last time and
Oh, like the fucking Japanese weird ass lady, like lady with the claw.
Oh, no. That was when we watched, what was the movie? The World's Worst Director. There was a
No, that
movie.
wasn't. It wasn't Postal.
It was Postal. No,
No,
yes,
it
it
was.
was. It was Postal. It was
We did.
Postal.
We did watch Postal, but then you made us watch
That
like
was
this
the night I
one.
roofied myself.
A Postal was.
Yes, because I had to
Oh,
go back and watch it about Vern Troyer being violated by
by 100 monkeys.
100 monkeys, hungry chimpanzees. Yes, I had to go back
Mm.
and watch that scene again. Yes, I accidentally roofied myself. Yeah, yeah. That was just, I think, what's the name of that guy? Uwe Boll.
Oh
That was
yes,
what it was.
that's
Uwe
right.
Boll. All right. So on that note, last item, something to make you feel fucking great about the world, fucking great about being a video gamer, fucking great about just people. Remember Let Me Solo Her?
Mm-hmm.
Let Me Solo Her. Dark Souls was a mysterious, enigmatic player who was really, really, really good at beating Melania. And if you were lucky, that Let Me Solo Her would come up as one of the people that you could call upon to bring into your game to assist you. The thing about Let Me Solo Her would go in naked, but for a bucket on his head, and pretty much your job was to stay as far away from Melania so that Let Me Solo Her could solo her.
Yeah, like
And
it's all
did it.
in the name.
Yeah. And became such a legend within the game that not Spiders, what's the name of the company?
Oh,
The developer.
how am I forgetting this? From Software.
From Software actually sent the person behind Let Me Solo Her a unique one-of-a-kind box, including a full like copy of Melania's sword, and just like essentially just like this huge thing, this like one-of-a-kind box personalized for Let Me Solo Her. That's how amazing and kind of monumental this person was. Let Me Solo Her revealed this week on Reddit that he or she has crossed 5,000 Melania assists and helped 5,000 people ascend by soloing Melania for her.
Jeez, I
For
can't
them.
even imagine playing a boss, any boss, 5,000 times.
Mhm. And doing it after you've already done it, waiting for other people to choose you to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out on that game, waiting for you to choose them so that you can go in and solo her for.
I mean, it makes sense when you've done it that many times, like why you're so good at it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Just
Let Me
practice.
Solo Her shared a message of thanks to all those who've supported them. Wrote this quote, over a year and a half ago, I started wearing a jar helm, going by the name Let Me Solo Her. I set up a goal to help as many people as I could become Elden Lord. Today, I'm honored to say that I finally helped 5,000 people defeat the final boss of Elden Ring. It has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, and I'm sincerely grateful. This marks the end of a chapter, but I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the players that summoned me. Now, does that just make your heart grow like 3 sizes that day? Seriously, is that just a great way to like start the be that close to the Thanksgiving season? Just to have somebody that that is a celebrity and just be someone who is thankful and for the opportunity to have helped that many people. Just awesome. Just made me feel so good. Let Me Solo Her is like huge thumbs up. Like one of the heroes of the internet as far as I'm concerned. Just made me kind of like got me right here in the feelies. You seem completely impassive about this, Nick.
No, AC Wraith says that I guess that was there's Let Me Solo Them and Let Me Solo Her.
Oh, am I wrong that it's Let Me Solo Them?
I think AC Wraith says, Edie, where are you getting this? I'm not finding recent news about Let Me Solo Her. It's Let Me Solo Them. And people are wondering if they'll also get a sword.
Oh, is that who it
Oh, I
is?
guess Let Me Solo Them, a different person, a different
Oh, it's a different boss. Is that the two final ones at the very end that you did after Melania? I never played Elden Ring, so I
Oh,
wouldn't know.
yeah. Radon? No. Yeah, a dude and then the Elden Beast.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
was
Oh,
two
okay.
guys, one
I'm
boss
wrong
fight.
then. I read that wrong. My bad. So Let
But
Me Solo
still,
Them is a different person and it's a different set of bosses. But even so,
even so,
even
they still
so,
helped 5,000 people.
they helped 5,000 people and were thankful for the opportunity to do it. How cool is that?
Another person of the Let Me Solo family.
Yeah. Maybe there should be like a small like From should hold a very, very exclusive convention of like the selected solo family to get together and just like throw them like an exclusive party of the solos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, and going back, Chunderbox says that AC Wraith found a chat about the Hulu Black Friday bundle. Chunderbox and AC Wraith have been going back and forth throughout the entire show, trying to figure out what we meant. And I guess it was me who said I wanted the Disney Channel bundle as they were jacking up the price. The Hulu Black Friday sale usually includes Disney.
So it wasn't me.
Yes, and I will say I switched plans to get the Disney Hulu bundle because they were jacking up the price.
Oh,
And it's slightly less than what it would be otherwise.
yeah.
And he says, I wondered what the frail Edie wanted on Disney.
Yeah, there's nothing I want on Disney.
Hey, Andor is very good. It's a very good Star Wars show.
Oh, I thought you said and or, and I'm like, is that the name of a
Yes, and
is this like
slash
a
or.
coming of age LGBTQ friendly, like transparent
I mean,
and or?
okay. I will say I have not seen this movie. I've heard that it's okay at best, but it has like one of the greatest titles ever.
What?
It is a slasher flick that takes place at a like gay conversion camp
Oh
called
no.
They Slash Them.
No.
It's like, okay, kudos to the title. That's perfect title.
Oh man.
And yeah, there's a lot of
No, but AC Ray says no. This was specifically for Edie. Edie asked me to remember for a specific show. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Loki,
any of these.
maybe She-Hulk? I don't think so. I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, what were
I
you
can't
so
think of
excited
anything that
about
would.
on Disney?
I can't think of anything that would make me want to watch Disney,
Maybe
but
it wasn't Disney. Maybe it was Hulu. Like you wanted a Hulu Black Friday bundle. Maybe it was just I want Hulu, but I don't want to pay that much for it. So
No, I wouldn't have wanted a Black Friday deal for that because what is the Black Friday deal for Hulu? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I know what it was a couple years ago. It was like you get a year for $20 or something, right? It was like, hey, $2 a month.
It was a specific show there. All
A
right, let me see
specific
what it could
show
be.
for Hulu. I mean, Hulu makes a lot of shows.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to
Hulu,
scroll
Disney,
through
ESPN.
every
Definitely don't care about. Yeah, no.
Hulu
Look at this.
original show.
Both with ads for $9.90 minutes, all with ads. No, I don't want ads. Fuck ads. I don't do ads. Ads are
Mhm.
my kryptonite. 30-day free trial Hulu, $17.99 a fucking month. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's this Black Friday deal? Do we know what it is?
I
Because
don't
it's got to
know.
be cheaper than that. There we go. Hulu Black Friday is Wired.com. Coupons, Hulu. So you have to write it in my because I can't copy
Saved.
paste.
Okay, 4 days. Free trial, $7.99 only. Join Hulu for a free Black Friday trial. A student special that's 75% off. Oh, here, free Hulu, no ads trial.
They all have a trial anyway. It's a 30-day trial, even without a Black Friday thing.
Yeah, that's not a discount.
10% off first purchase.
Subscribe for $17.99 a month, ads free. Hulu Black
That's
Friday.
exactly what's on the.
That's not
the price.
That's the price.
That's the price. That's not
Okay.
a.
I think this is all like auto generated. I don't think there is a Black Friday deal this year.
No. No, there's no. In 4 days, 3 hours. It's actually got a countdown.
Yeah, I'm on that Wired article. I think that's some AI wrote this article.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually just this is just clickbait. That's what it is. AC Ray says Nick never asked me to remember anything. He writes his own notes so he can spread misinformation later. He's not an idiot.
Hey, my notes are never wrong. Look at my comprehensive note taking.
Don't
at
you
that.
have like a little scroll of notes about something?
Yes, that's in the special documents box.
Oh, what was that a scroll of? All the predictions for?
I think it was just predictions for a bunch of stuff. It was the Elder Scrolls predictions, and it was something else too. I could dig it out.
Yeah. Cheddarbox says I pay about $8 Australian for Hulu and Disney, but it's the ad Hulu. Yeah, I don't do. I mean, yeah, it's $7.99 here, American, which is even cheaper than your $8. For with ads, but I don't do ads if I could possibly help it. My time is too damn precious.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2. Oh gosh, why? Episode 294. Say goodbye to Edie. Spelled wrong. Goodbye.
Ray says it was way before that.
Okay. This is like the big debate. What did Edie want to see on Hulu? It was obviously something that you told me about because there's nothing on Hulu I don't want to watch.
Okay, what did I see on Hulu that you would like? I mean, maybe it was a South Korean show?
Maybe. But no, because anything South Korean comes on Netflix.
Yeah.
It would definitely be not a South Korean show. That's for sure. It's towards the beginning of the year. So here's the thing about the Hulu thing is that I bought Hulu last year at this time in November because I went I was in Airbnbs, and it was during World Cup, and I wanted to watch World Cup, so I had to buy Hulu. And it was freaking expensive because I needed to get it with the World Cup with this ESPN sports thing. So it was stupidly expensive. And I forgot to cancel it after my 30-day trial. So I ended up having to pay the first month, and it was like, Jesus fucking Christ, I might as well get cable for that price.
Okay, I'm trying to look through my watch history to
On Hulu?
see. Yeah.
So it would be something at the beginning of the year. Hulu student discount. Man, maybe I should just go like apply for go take a community college class? Community college online class, and then I could get for $1.99 a month.
I know, that would be great. Now there's nothing in my watch history that I think.
Viki, what is Viki? Viki would be a good subscription in general if you want Korean stuff. Do I know Viki?
I've never heard of Viki.
I've never heard of Viki. AC Ray says Netflix has some, I think he means South Korean stuff. Viki focuses on it, but misses Netflix funded stuff. Netflix funds some very good stuff in Korea.
They do. Did you see any of The Devil's Plan?
No. Really?
Highly recommend it.
Okay. I've just started a new series, but I'm not really devoted to it.
Yeah,
at this point.
we just started watching Suits on Netflix. We've descended into the uber popular. Hey, everyone, remember Suits? And you know what? Turns out it's a
I've
good
heard it's
show.
really good.
It's a good show.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is that Suits is a very underrated show. So yeah, here's Viki, which I've never seen this before. Ratukan Viki, the heart of Asian entertainment. Well, well, well. Hello, lover. Look at this. I'm
Escape of
kind
the
of
Seven.
intrigued. They do have some animation. Sweet bite marks. Oh, this can't be good.
In a world where vampires and humans coexist, isn't exactly someone who stands out in a crowd.
Yeah, this is definitely Chinese. Du Xiaoxin. See, this is Chinese. This is Chinese. That is Chinese.
Wu-Tang.
I can just tell by the names. Those Chinese. See, the problem is that there's a lot of Asian channels really focus on Chinese dramas and Chinese television shows and Chinese. I'm not gonna lie, not as good as Korean. Korean's production quality even better than Japan's now. Korean production quality is top rate. Really, really good. They put a lot of money into their television shows that China definitely doesn't put in their shows. And Japan does better, but Korean blows it away. Blows it away.
What I think is really interesting is there's a lot of really good dark David Fincher-esque South Korean crime movies.
Yes.
A lot of heavy, dark, and
heavy, sensuous, really well done. Oh,
really atmospheric.
Their political atmospheric. Their political dramas are amazing. Oh my God, they're so good.
And so here's my theory. That output of movies, I think, kind of mirrors America in the 90s. And I think American movies generally, and this is something that like Hollywood has struggled with the blockbuster, right? The rise of Marvel and the kind of four quadrant blockbuster has really pushed out a lot of smaller movies. And so a lot of the crime movies that you'd get in the 90s, the David Fincher things, Seven, Panic Room, The Bone Collector, all those are now just TV shows.
Mhm.
They're an episode of Criminal Minds.
Right.
And so like that whole genre of movie has really fallen by the wayside in the US. I think in a lot of Asian countries where they don't quite have this like Disney level blockbuster machine trying to push out four quadrant blockbusters quite as often, you get a lot of you basically just get more mid-tier movies being produced, more mid-budget movies being produced,
Mhm.
which leads
Well,
to a lot of
even their
good crime
television
stuff.
shows, some of them, especially the psychological thrillers, are some very fucked up shit
Mhm.
and done really well with really high quality production values, like film quality production values for television, as
Yeah.
opposed to you get Chinese television, it's pretty freaking obvious it's Chinese television. You get Japanese television, it's got that feel of tape as opposed to
Mm.
film. It's obviously, recording, like the sound quality just kind of off. It's just not had the polish.
You just
And
hear a little something.
Korean TV, Korean television series has the polish full
Hmm.
on. So, yeah,
Yes,
if you're looking some really good deep suspenseful, especially crime, fucked up crime drama. Oh, oh, oh,
I
one,
got my note. I got my note.
I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's called The Revenge. Let's
The
see. I have to look
Chaser,
it up now.
The Man from Nowhere, I Saw the Devil.
Korean movie.
Those are the three that jump out
Revenge
at my mind as the best ones.
for Revenge. This one was huge in Korea. Oh my god. It is called. I want to make sure it's the right one. The Glory.
Oh, that's on Netflix.
It's
The
on Netflix.
series? Okay.
Mhm. Yes. Yes. So good. So
Okay.
fucked up psychological, and especially if you're a girl, but even if you're a guy, fucked up. So delicious. So awesome.
Okay. I AC Ray
Very
had recommended that
Hitchcockian
in the
in that
chat
you're
previously.
rooting for the anti-hero. You're rooting for the person that's about to do some shitty stuff. And the more shitty stuff she does, the happier you are about it.
Yeah, I remember AC Ray telling me. He mentioned it in the chat. Okay.
Yeah. The
I hadn't watched it.
more brutal the anti-hero is, the happier you are. And it's like, oh, they do such a good job of making you root for the victimizer, for the
Okay.
perpetrator.
Okay. Oh, you know what then? If we're on TV now, the show that I just started watching, I only saw one episode, but it reminded me, The Boys. The Boys is very
Ugh,
good. I
The
started
Boys. Oh, you're kidding? Of course, The Boys is amazing.
I started watching the spin-off, The Boys Gen Z,
Oh,
which is
really?
a which is about like the a big college, a superhero college, and like people going to college to be a superhero. But what's so funny about it is that because in this world superheroes and celebrities are like the same thing,
Mhm.
watching it is like, oh shit, this is influencer school. Like, sure, they've got superpowers and everything, but really it's everyone there is an influencer. And it's
Mhm.
just wild watching that. And so, okay, I went into The Boys Gen V thinking it's a spin-off, but it's not gonna be quite at the same level as The Boys, like in terms of action and violence and all that. The first episode, and like it's a college story throughout most of it. It's like, oh, a new girl comes in and she's trying to find her place. Her roommate is kind of like this quirky person who's pushing her to hang out with the popular crowd. And then she goes and hangs out with the popular crowd and something kind of goes wrong, but she saves the day and becomes friends with the popular people. And it's like, oh, I've seen this story before, right? It's a college story of someone finding herself. And then the episode ends and it's like, oh my fucking God. Like, holy shit, what just happened? With it ends with, without spoiling too much, it ends with literal blood and guts across the pavement. And it's like, holy
It lulls
shit.
you into a sense of security, only to blow your head apart from the back to the front. I
More
love shows that do that.
more literally than you expect.
You know, interestingly enough, this is yet another example of one of my favorite writers. Um, really, really, really good author, independent author, pumps out a ton of books, does a really good job creating these amazing world and these amazing characters, and yet another one of his books is made into a television show, and he's not credited. Drew Hayes. He wrote NPCs. NPCs later became something else that we have been watching that has to do with NPCs becoming like I mentioned it a couple of times. It was originally called NPCs. Oh yeah, that the whole genre of lit RPGs. They're saying that the father of it is this guy named Aileron Kong, and it's like no, the father of it is Drew Hayes because before Aileron Kong ever wrote anything that even thought about writing a book, he wrote a book called NPCs, which is essentially a series of books about NPCs becoming sentient and finally deciding, hey, you know what? We're not going to do this anymore. We're like, essentially, they're tired of being killed, slaughtered over and over and over by the same people over and over. And we're just actually, you know what? We're just going to do the thing ourselves. He also wrote a series of books called Superpowered, which is essentially exactly that. High school for people that were born with these superpower, because there's people that are born without it, people that are born with it, and it is essentially this world of not only trying to develop your skills, but also how to become, it's very competitive on who's going to be like top tier
Oh my fucking God.
of the fame.
So that is Gen Z.
It's called Superpowered. It's a book series, and it's so fucking good. You should get it.
There's literally in Gen V they mention a top 10 of like, oh, who's the top 10 students?
It's exactly that comes straight out of Superpowered.
Interesting.
The guy's name is Drew Hayes, and he's doing that. He also does another series called Fred the Vampire Accountant.
Okay.
That is so good. It's essentially this accountant, this mild-mannered accountant, one day gets turned into a vampire. And he's really not the kind of person who'd make a very good vampire, but he's just trying to figure out how to live his life as kind of like this sweater vest wearing guy who's a vampire. And then gets introduced to kind of this society, this hidden society of magic users and the fae, and essentially, you know, like this other world of,
any secret society.
like, right. And of course they have a society, and then he begins to realize, like, you know, there's dragons, and then there's like you know, demons, and there's werewolves, and you know, they all have their own kind of things, and they're all trying to work within the society and not murder each other at the same time, not be discovered by humans. And he figures out, you know what? Nobody's their accountant. They've all got money. So he does this like supernatural accounting agency. And this kind of leads him to some really, really amazing stories where he becomes actually a real player in the supernatural hierarchy because he's kind of the one guy who is not attached to any of these societies. He is the one outside guy, but he's also the one guy that can help everybody.
Hmm. I
Fan-freaking-tastic series.
I found that book, and it has a great title. The utterly uninteresting and unadventurous tales of Fred the Vampire Accountant.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put some of these on my wish list. I like this idea.
Fred the Vampire Accountant the whole series is so, so, so good. Superpowers also so, so, so good.
Yeah,
And
in
yeah,
the chat,
essentially that's
oh,
that's Superpowers is Gen
it
V.
sounds like it. In the chat, Chunderbox also recommended Invincible. Has another one to watch on Prime, which is good.
Okay.
I saw the first season. The second season is out, and it's a very good superhero show.
It makes The Boys look tame
Yeah,
because The Boys is about as fucked up as you can get.
the first episode begins with basically Superman killing the Justice League.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Okay.
how Invincible opens. And then from there, it kind of becomes like, well, this version of Superman has a family, he has a son, and the focus is on the son. But
Wait.
it's like, this is the animated show.
Okay, it's an animated because there was another live action show that was similar to that never got a season 2. Where it was like a superhero family.
Oh, was that one on Netflix?
Yeah.
Jupiter's Legacy, or like Jupiter Ascending? I heard really bad things about that.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I kind of wanted it to have another season to see if it could get legs. I mean, if they're going to make, Emily in Paris 4 times, give that 3 seasons. The least they could have done 2 for that one.
I
It
like
had
Emily in
potential.
Paris. That's a cute show. It's a cute, fun show.
You really should read some of the reviews about it. Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
gets a
I
lot of people.
I have, and I understand why all those people are pissed. I still think it's a cute, fun show.
It's
Yeah.
it's gotten so ripped on every season, and every time they try to and bless their hearts, they try to fix it every season, and it just gets ripped even further because they fuck up some other way.
Which I honestly, I think I've read those. I think it's all overblown. Like if you just look at the show as like it's just a fun comedy. Like it doesn't have to
Fun
be
comedy
this.
with a wee bit of racism involved.
No, I don't think so.
Because you're not hep to the racism.
Nope, I'm not hip to the racism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, AC Wraith mentions Invincible was a comic first. I actually read the whole series. It's very good.
Yeah. Oh, poor Buddy. He's asking again. I think
No.
Buddy really does have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
He never bothers me. But then again, we've never gone till 5:30 before. It's been a 3-hour show.
I know, we've broken the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done that.
Okay, we'll end then
Yeah,
with
I
Chunderbox.
review. Jupiter's Legacy was okay. It wasn't great, but it was
Yeah.
okay. It was okay enough for season 2. Let's just say that.
That was the one I remember getting ripped on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't understand. Guess somebody wasn't given enough head. Not like with Emily in Paris. Somebody's getting a blowjob to have that go 3 fucking seasons. That's all I gotta say.
It didn't go 3 seasons.
It did. 4 seasons. My bad. Somebody's
It went
gotten
3.
more than several blowjobs.
It's continued. It's not ended. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should
Invincible is good. The Boys is good.
Yes.
Jupiter's Legacy is eh.
Yes.
The glory. Okay, the glory. I will watch the glory.
Yes. There was much swallowing involved in Emily in Paris getting the third, much less the fourth season.
I feel like we need to leave before we say something libelous or
That's
slanderous.
true. Slanderous. Yeah, that's true. This is allegedly, in my opinion, there might have been swallowing.
Let's get the transcript of this podcast down, and that way we can submit it into evidence and have that be read out in a court of law.
I think that there's certainly enough people that hate that show that I don't think I think I might be able to get a good GoFundMe going about that one. I think I would have enough to fund a good lawyer to get me off that one. I am not putting in the link for that show, AC Ray. That is one link that is not going up on the screen.
It's too late. It's too late. It's already in there.
Delete that. That show is awful. Don't you dare, Nick. Don't you dare. Fuck you. All right, everyone.
Okay.
I'm not even going to bother to close this out because we've A, been going too long, and B, we didn't even really technically start the show. So
This hasn't really been a show.
no, it hasn't. And
Mhm.
I can't believe that I've managed to go this long with my throat the way it is and my voice the way it is, but managed to do it. Have a great week, everyone. It will be after Black Friday by the time I talk to you again. So have a really good,
Yes.
safe Thanksgiving. There's a lot of things that I am thankful for. My dogs are all coming up. My dogs are literally got both of my dogs jumping up on me right now, like it's a family portrait. There's a lot of things in the world that I am thankful for. I'm thankful for this one over here. I'm thankful for this one over here. I'm thankful for having a friend like Nick that has been with me for how many years now? We're going on 15 years now.
Has it been that long?
We're going on 15 years. I am thankful for every single one of you and everybody that has listened over those 15 years. Yeah, we're going to be heading into our 15th year next year.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for every moment of your precious lives that you've spent on this. And thank you for being here for me. And you know what I'm talking about through some really, really tough times. You were the one thing that I stayed doing hell or high water. And in many ways, you kept me sane. You kept me together. So thank you for that. And I will be thinking of you on Thanksgiving as well as I hope that you are also thinking of yourself and your families. Keep them close, hug them much, even if they insist on eating like that with their mouths full. Oh my God. But appreciate that you're together because in some small way, you kind of like each other, if not love each other. So love those that you have, keep them close, and I wish you the warmest and best for this Thanksgiving holiday. And Nick, I wish you good travels. Be safe. We will see you again back on Sunday from
Yes.
Florida, where you will be having Thanksgiving.
Yes, I will be podcasting from Florida. So
All right.
I'll have to get the time difference down and figure out
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Everyone, have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe, be well. We'll be back here next week at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, here on Twitter. I'm looking at the Twitter that I have in there. Here on Twitch and on YouTube. On Twitch, it is the GameHounds. On YouTube, it is GameHounds Vids. If you ever need to get a hold of us during the week, thank you for anyone subscribed to the audio. Oh, all right. Well, you know what?
It keeps bringing that up.
All right. I'll update the feed, but maybe not update it. Maybe I just restart it over and just miss a bunch. But remember, if you are not on our Discord, we would love to have you there. Here's our Discord. That's not our Discord. There's our Discord. Feel free to use that link. It'll take you right to our Discord. I'm around for Thanksgiving. If somebody wants me to play something, if somebody wants to watch me playing, pardon me, Baldur's Gate or anything else, feel free. Let me know. I'm not going anywhere for Thanksgiving, so I'm here
I
playing
did
games.
last night when I started playing Baldur's Gate. Turned on the
Mhm.
PlayStation, booted up to the home screen. First thing I saw when I switched over to Baldur's Gate, showed me the little message. Edie's game in progress. Do you want to join? And I was reminded, that's right. There's a multiplayer
There
component
is
to it.
multiplayer component to this.
We might have to jump in and do something. I think
Yeah,
that would be a fun stream.
I'm playing tonight, so never know.
Okay.
I'm playing. I'm about to go into the artifact.
Oh, that's right. I'll join your game and I'm just gonna start so much shit.
No, don't start shit. No, here's the thing is that you and
No,
I should play when I'm in the Underdark because you're going overland. I'm going Underdark. You could
yeah,
join me Underdark.
yeah, I could.
All
And I
right.
promise not to mess up your game.
Well, that's why we have saves. Bye, everyone. Have a good one. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And if you're Chunder, happy not Thanksgiving. See you next.
Yes.
See you next weekend.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Bye.